1 in 3 people in the DC metropolitan area are not from the United States.
Really?
That's crazy.
Transplants. Nice.
Yeah, it's per capita, it's the most diverse area in the country. New York has more immigrants by volume.
Florida's the same way. I mean, I'm a what they call a Florida cracker. I was born and bred in Florida, and I'm from a rare breed because there's not many native Floridians anymore. Most of us have moved up north or have moved on because of jobs or whatnot, but most of the people move down here when they want to retire. And there's some expensive places down here on the coast.
It's really funny being from around here. Like I was born at Sibley Hospital here in DC too. So when I tell people like I'm actually from the city,
wow,
in a lot of circles that you're in, like they're like, wow, that's so rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then in other parts of the city, it's just like, oh yeah, hey, what's up, buddy?
I guess they're protesting now. They want to make DC as an actual state because they want voting rights.
It would be amazing.
Yeah,
it would be amazing.
I never understood that because it is kind of like its own state. You know,
we've governed ourselves for the majority of our existence, and since the 60s, we've been almost fully autonomous. As a local, like, I'll tell you, like, I really hate that argument that some people who clearly aren't from here be like, oh, just give it back to Maryland. Like, no, we don't want to be part of Maryland. Well, so where I grew up, when I was going to TC in Alexandria, just across the river in Virginia,
right?
That's the bottom portion of DC. The bottom cornerstone is actually there, but they gave it back. So, like, Old Town Alexandria, like the part that's like all gridded out. Mm-hmm. Like DC is, that used to be part of Washington DC. Really? It's the only part that used to be on that side of the river.
I did not know that, man. I know your subway system is so clean there.
Well, that's so nice. Oh yeah, they do a good job.
I've been to the Tube in London too, and it's very nice there too. But it runs like a clock, not anything like the United States. I mean, they run on a time. They run on a schedule, and man, if they're not on that schedule. There's hell to pay. Okay. Anyway, sorry. You guys are
talk.
I'm sorry, man. It's just you guys are very interesting.
I was about to go on a tirade. I was about to go on a whole rabbit hole.
I know.
A whole rabbit hole about how our trains are actually Italian. If you didn't know that,
really?
Assembled in New York.
I'll be damned.
Yeah. Washington Metro trains are an Italian design. See. They're shipped over and then assembled in New York. I think it's state, not city, and then sent down to DC by freight.
We could have like 3 different podcasts tonight. Is that crazy?
Yeah. I've got a title for it already.
Okay, good. You can. We'll let it be a surprise. Just send it to me privately. All right.
Is it down the rabbit hole?
No.
He's a good wordsmith.
Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and thanks for hanging out with us today. Welcome to episode 105 of Guardian Down Cast. We're a couple dads that love all things in the Destiny universe, and we talk about it. We also interview content creators and community members to find out more about them. We're the show that still loves the lore of Destiny. I'm your host, the Gatr, and my co-host, Hazelnut, is here as well. Hey, man, how you been this week?
Good, man. Started off the last weekend. It was Pokemon Go Fest.
Oh,
so, yeah, my wife and daughter and I, we were out and about and everything else. We ran into because it's one of those things. It's sort of like a secret club, or at least you think it's a secret club until you find 100 or 200 people in a local park all playing. And then you're just like, where the fuck have you been all my life? So... yeah, so it was pretty fun actually to meet people and compare Pokemon and things like this. And
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna ask, man. Did you catch them all?
I've caught all the Kanto ones. So all 151 of those bastards.
Wow. Okay.
And then there's only maybe I don't know, 4,000 more. I don't know.
Jeez. So. Kidding me.
So, but yeah, aside from that, I've been playing Destiny like a fair amount. I've had a wild hair at my ass to do the Shattered Throne and do it solo. And I actually accomplished it.
Yay!
You've inspired me. I think I'm going to have to do one now. I'm going to have to solo one.
It's fun. It's fun. I gave my tips actually to
Mr. Monkey.
Mr. Monkey.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. My first tip is do it either on a PC or next gen system.
Frames are better.
Yep.
Frames will deceive you. Yes.
So yeah, what about you, man? How's your week been?
Man, I'll tell you what. Before we hopped on the show tonight, I was watching the opening ceremony. It was recorded earlier this morning for the Olympics in Tokyo. Man, it's my favorite part of the Olympics. Every time I watch it, I just finished watching it, in fact, I just well up because these kids' eyes, when you see them walk in that stadium and how much pride they have for their country. And not only that, but damn, there's a lot of countries that we idiot Americans don't know about, or most of us don't know about. And you see that there's 20 million people in this little country and, they're sending 10 athletes to represent them. It hits me in the feels. I mean, I'm a grown ass man, but it gets me a little teary eyed when I watch it. So yeah, opening ceremony. I'm looking forward to seeing what goes on in Tokyo this year. It was kind of disappointing. The stadium was like, 3/4 empty because of the new pandemic issues they're having over there and this new fourth strain that's come out, but we won't get into that. I don't want to run the show down to the ground, but overall, damn, it's been a mixed week. I've gotten some work done, and some days like today, I jumped out to get some work done after we got almost an inch of rain this morning, and I get out there and it pours down rain on me again. I'm like, you know what? That's it. I'm just going home. I'm just going to call it a day and just be done with it. So it's been a mixed week, but hey, it's been a week. So what are you going to do? Well, hey, this week we have not one, but two new guests of our show. It's Taylor B. and Lady Lucida. They are the co-host of the Spinfoil Theory podcast, part of the Lore Network. You can find their podcast wherever podcasts are collected, I guess you could say, or visit their website, spinfoiltheory.com. Lady Lucida, Taylor B., how are you both doing tonight?
I'm doing good,
Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this one. This is Hazel's biting his lip right now because he's gotten all into lore lately, and he's into lore more than I am now. And he's like, I got questions. I'm like, okay, hopefully those will be answered tonight.
Hopefully.
We'll try our best. Yeah. If it's one we can't answer, we'll get to the bottom of it on another episode. 100%.
I hear you,
dear God. They're not that hard of questions, I promise.
No,
they might be. You never know.
If they're from me, they'll be pretty lame. They'll be probably easy to answer. So, I think Blue Crew kind of rolled his eyes when I asked questions on my end. But anyway, hey, just a preview of what we're going to talk about tonight on the show. First, of course, we're going to hear Taylor B. and Lady Lucida's stories. Next, we're going to test their Twitch reflexes in our new and further improved Fast Fire segment we call... Yeah, it's the speed run. Then Hazel's going to go over... Yeah, it's not too bad. You'll be fine. Then Hazel, of course, is going to go over the latest news from Bungie, i.e. the TWAB, for this 11th week of Season of the Splicer. I believe I got that correct this time. Next, we'll answer questions from our community and add 2 songs each to our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify and iTunes. Oh, yeah, did I mention we might talk some Destiny lore? Yeah, we might be doing that too. So what do you say, guys? Ready to roll?
Yeah, I'm all revved up.
All right. I am too. I got to go with some coffee. Be right back. Hey, thanks for listening to Guardian Downcast. You can find us on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast.
Or, you can find us on Instagram at Guardian_Down_cast. And see what pics our weekly guests want to share with you.
Or Hazel, just visit our website at guardiandowncast.com for all the contact information and where else you want to find us. And you can also play any past episodes you like in any order you like, right from your browser.
Don't you or me, man. Anyway, so hey, Guardians, check us out, and later, Guardians.
Toddles.
Hey, that's my line, man.
Well, Lady Lucida, Taylor B., I'm really happy you guys are on the show tonight. But, we got to know a little bit about you here. We got to kind of educate our listeners on where you guys came from and all that good stuff. So let me start with Lady Lucida. Where'd you grow up? Kind of where you from? Where you call home now?
All right. Well, right now, and where I grew up in Washington, Seattle.
Okay, the state.
Area.
Okay.
Oh, the state, not the state.
I always have to clarify that.
Yeah, no. I've lived here my whole life. It's been really nice. I like the weather here. I've visited other places like California and Texas and Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I just like Washington better. I might be a little biased, just a little bit. But...
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Why are you biased? What is it about Washington? Sell me. Sell me Washington.
Sell you on Washington.
She doesn't want you there, Hazel.
I don't know. No. The one, I don't know. Well, with Washington, it has nice, really, really nice weather. At least it doesn't get super duper hot. We had a heat wave.
Except this year.
I was gonna say we have these random heat waves for a week where it's super duper hot. Then after that, it's 70s.
Nice.
So the weather's really nice. We have a lot of cool stuff because we have the ocean, and we have the Olympic Mountains, and we have the Cascades. We have all kinds of it's very outdoorsy, I guess. Out here.
Nice.
My question
and also
is...
there's Bungie. Bungie is here too.
Oh, of course. Well, my question is always how bad are the winters? Are the winters pretty good?
No, winters are pretty... I remember when I was younger, it used to snow a lot, but now I guess now it doesn't snow as much. So there's maybe kind of with the heat wave stuff.
Right.
There's random weekends or a week where it's super hot. Same thing for winters. There's maybe a week, maybe where it might snow, and otherwise it's just cold.
Right.
But not it's not you're wrapped up in 15 million layers, wearing ski goggles, trekking through the snow as you're trying to get to your car to get to work. No.
Ohio. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, cough, Ohio, cough. I've been there in the winter. Oh my God. It's just, I'm how do you people... There's so much. There's so much.
That's where Hazel's
so much
from.
Snow. I'm I have to
That's where Hazel's from.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
I've got no words. I mean, you're completely right. It's shitty.
Just don't ask him about his chili. Don't ask him about the chili. But well, Lady Lucida, what do you do?
What do I do? Ooh, This is the fun part.
Yeah.
Right now, I am a software engineer for NASA.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, okay, let me go explain. I work for a laboratory that is a part of NASA. So
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I developed the software that the researchers use to, for example, the lab that I work at, they all do theoretical astrophysics and habitability of exoplanets, and exoplanets are planets that orbit other stars.
Gotcha.
So they might be they get the real raw data from the satellites and the telescopes. Are okay, with the data that we have,
right,
let's take this and then simulate it with our supercomputers and what if the shape of the orbit is a little bit different? What if all these different parameters that they change? And I just write the code that helps them do their job.
So pretty much everything I dreamed about doing when I was in science class. I got you.
I'm pretty much, I jokingly say I'm like a Vex mind because I just simulate things.
Oh, I love it.
That's great.
But Curia.
There's an irony there, yeah. There's an irony there.
I know, it's very ironic because I don't like the Vex. I like the Hive the most.
That's so ironic.
The grass is always greener, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
I guess that is true.
Well, before I ask Taylor the same questions, before Hazel does, do you have family that lives in Washington with you, or are they spread out? Or
no, most of my family lives in Washington. What's really funny is all of my dad's side of the family, they all just moved to Texas. It's very bizarre. I don't know why. I still this day, I'm just but why? My dad's my grandpa on my dad's side, he moved to Texas. My uncle moved to Texas. My aunt moved to Texas. My other uncle, like, they all just were like, we're just all going to move to Texas. And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
You do that. And then everyone else is like in Washington or, yeah.
Wow. That's a big state. Lot of where
Yeah, the
lot
state,
where to go.
not,
Yeah. That's a lot.
Is there another Texas?
No, I'm just saying there's so
There was
many.
the country.
There's,
No.
don't give me,
There's two Washingtons.
don't get me,
Washington,
don't get me started.
Pacific Northwest. and then
Hey,
there's
geography is
Washington,
hard, okay?
It is. No,
Hazel
it
can
is. I'm
attest.
not-
Okay. But anyway.
So fun fact before we get too far away from it. Texas, the country, at least the last time I was in the UK, is now like a Tex-Mex style bar.
That's
So like the
funny.
building that was the Texan embassy while they were a country in England is now a bar.
Oh my God.
And you can go drink there.
Oh, wow. Now I got to go do that.
That's great.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
Wow. All right. Well, Taylor, well, same question as you. Tell us a little about yourself. You know, where'd you grow up? What do you call home? What do you do? That kind of thing.
Okay, great. So it's kind of funny. I'll be sure to distinguish here. I was born and grew up around Washington D.C. on the East Coast.
Thank you.
So the other Washington.
Thank you.
Yeah, the first
Bi-coastal.
one.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I like
Yeah,
that.
like I was born in the district. I grew up just across the river in Northern Virginia in Alexandria. My high school, if anyone's a Disney movie fan, Remember the Titans was actually about where I went to high school. When it had first opened, like well before, but that Denzel Washington movie.
Remember the
takes place
Titans?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's about Coach Boone. Denzel Washington's character was my driver's ed teacher.
Really? That's so cool.
Yeah. And another fun one, in the Snake Eyes movie, Dean Mutati, former professional wrestler for WWE, Mojo Rawley, was my student body president for my graduation year.
That's
Do you-
amazing.
Now, if you got to remember the Titans, do you remember the racist coach that when Denzel came in, he was like a good old boy that was not happy with the way things were going? I can't
The
remember his name.
assistant coach from Minnie Howard,
Yes,
the one that
yes.
worked under the other guy. Yeah.
I actually he used to be a client. He lived in here in, south of Orlando. And it was the coolest thing. I'm like, I know your face from somewhere.
It's the coolest thing.
And no,
the actor.
The actor that actually played him.
I thought you meant the actual
Oh,
dude.
no.
I thought you did too. I'm like,
I'm
like,
sorry.
Oh, it's cool to know a racist.
I'm sorry. I when you talk about Remember the Titans, I start thinking of all the actors and actresses, and I was like, I'm telling you what, this was the most laid back, coolest client I've ever had. So sorry I had to throw that in there. But yeah, I'll ixnay that later.
No. That's
no, that's
full
golden.
circle. What you meant was fine. Like I think.
Hazel's like, keep it in.
That's my answer to everything. Just keep it in.
Yeah, so that's where I grew up. I'm still in the area. I live in the city now. I actually just bought a house earlier this year, and
Congrats.
I work in part of the tower that overlooks the support systems in North America and the worldwide service desk for MasterCard.
Wow.
Yeah. I started as a contractor. I ended up running a help desk for one of their, at the time, larger offices here just across the river in Arlington, Virginia. And, I guess I did a good job because they wanted to hire me. And yeah, it's been kind of wild because actually before that, this is a career that I kind of switched to a few years ago. Before that, I was a fishing guide, freshwater guide.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, wow.
And now where did you?
Gator's in love right now.
Hold on now. I got to get information here. Now, where were you a fishing guide? What state?
I was a fishing guide in the rivers around this area. I would do a lot of private guide work, and I also worked out of Deltaville in the Bay up in Maryland. I would work hand on some boating tours and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I got to be honest. At this point, working in a swampy area like this, I've done a lot of fishing in mainland America and a little bit in Hawaii too. I was fortunate enough to do that. Oh, dude, I did kite fishing.
Oh God, that's so much. There's so many good fish in Hawaii. Oh my gosh, it's like going to the candy store, man, of fishing.
So you know what blew my mind is I figured there'd be different fish in different oceans.
Mm-hmm. No, they share
the same fish.
Yeah, they share all the same
fish.
Stuff.
Yeah,
really?
They just get a lot bigger in some parts of the world.
I caught a Galapagos shark off the coast of Hawaii.
Oh my God,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, catch and release. Everything I do is catch and release. Sometimes they're like if I do keep the fish, we like eat it.
Right.
But like I typically don't take trophies or anything like that. But that was a Galapagos shark in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
I just got back from a 6-man charter off of Cape Canaveral. Yeah, we caught a 50-pound gray grouper, and it was all my buddies that I play cards with. Half of them never been on a 6-man charter, and I've been on this guy's boat for like 30 years. And my buddy, one of my best friends in real life, never fished a day in his life. He's the only one that got a grouper up into the boat because the sharks were killing him before. Crazy. The sharks were so thick out there because it's a long story, but they basically have a ban on red snappers, and we catch 30-pound red snappers like all the time now. And
wow!
And because they're so plentiful, the sharks have moved in. There's miles of sharks just eating anything that gets weak. So we're bringing up these fish that are fighting us. I caught 200-pound sharks when I was out there. They just ate what I was already catching and took off with it. These are
bull sharks?
No, these are reef sharks. Probably black tips. There's another one called a thresher shark too that actually is protected. And I said, well, why don't you just shoot the thing when it comes up? Get rid of the shark that's, killing all your fish. You're trying to get in the boat. He goes, dude, that won't do any good. There's miles of these sharks. I'm like, you kidding me? Oh, how do we get off on that tangent? Man, we could talk. I'm just saying we could talk.
Yeah. I'm here for it. Just to tie it off, there's a funny story. The reason I thought it might be a bull shark is in this area, there was a bull shark that basically almost swam to DC, was running around in the Potomac.
Really? That far
north?
north?
A few years back. Yeah. Because they're so hardy that like they don't like it, but they can kind of fight their way into freshwater or like they tend to go into like brackier waters because it's not so like hard on them.
Yeah.
But if they're hungry enough, they'll go up into a river.
They do that in Florida all the time. They'll get into the flats areas and stuff up here, and just within little lagoons and stuff that are inside the Florida coast, the East Coast. I'm talking. I'm sure they do on the West Coast too, but they'll follow these canals in, and yeah.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I'm kind of jealous. So, like, Florida's very swampy. DC's actually built on a swamp. Like it's not just a clever like moniker that certain politicians have. It's actually built on a swamp. So, like, our late summers are rough. It's like super humid up here. That's why Congress is typically out of session. Like, fun fact, during those months. And the one thing I'm so jealous of is it's 50 miles to get off the shelf from here.
Oh, yeah.
Like if I go straight off the coast.
Right.
And for you, it's like, what, like 12?
Well, if you go down to like Fort Pierce, the jet stream literally is a mile offshore. And where we go out, we were about 40 miles out, but we were in 180 feet of water, but it drops off pretty quick in the Atlantic. It's the Gulf that can be 2 feet for miles. It's crazy. The Gulf is really shallow for a long ways. And think of the Gulf as like the beach. It slowly gets deeper the further you go out. Really, really slowly. So yeah, Florida's a lot of great fishing in Florida. The problem is now that the problem is the scientists are trying to protect these red snapper species. The problem is it's so political now. The captains are caught in the middle because they want to be able to catch these red snapper. And when we throw them back, they end up dead anyway or eaten because you're bringing a 30-pound fish up from 180 feet of water. You have to pop his air bladder and he's discombobulated going back down. You don't think something's going to tear him apart? I've seen him literally just float to the top and die, and it kills me to see it.
it's not worth it to try and sell people on going out like that too, because what you want to do is the, you know, like the humane circle hook with like big bait on your live bait, like what have you.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, with a snapper's jaw, I just don't even know. Like, I bet it would work sometimes, and then it'll be fine.
Yeah, sometimes.
But would you pay to go out on a boat for that?
We do. I mean, just the occasional. I mean, we tried to get amberjack in, and you know how plentiful amberjack are. The sharks were just taking them off. They were literally. I mean, all you pull in was a head. The sharks were so thick out there. Hey, welcome to Fishing Talk 101, folks.
Lucita and I are falling asleep.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'll move on. I'll go back to my story.
Please.
So I bumped around from a lot of jobs in my late teens into my 20s. I've also been a server I was a server, bartender, like what have you, bouncer for like 12 years. Like just kind of every end of the front end of the service industry.
Okay.
As well, kind of like off and on to as the bulk of like supplanting the fishing thing, because like we have winter up here, so I definitely have an off season.
Oh yeah, definitely seasons.
Yeah, for that work. I've also been a manager of a Coach flagship store, like an inventory manager.
Mm-hmm.
As part of that off season stuff. So it's been pretty wild. I've had from a young age, I was in co-op. I've had a lot of jobs. So every now and again, people have been like, depending on what you're talking about, be like, oh, grocery stores. Like, oh, yeah, I used to work at a grocery store. Like, painting, like, oh, yeah, I was a painter's apprentice for a little while. Like that type of thing.
It's called life experience, Taylor.
Yeah. So I bounced around, and I finally kind of a couple, 3 years ago settled on what I thought I wanted to do. And it's been a wild ride to get to where I'm at there professionally, I guess, to round off that story.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, let me ask both of you this question. Were you late gamers in your life, or did you start early? What was your earliest moment in video games?
Super early.
Super early. Lady Lucita,
same with you? That's a good question. I think the earliest I remember playing video games is I remember when I was very small. I remember watching my dad play the first Halo game on his laptop and just watching him play that. Like, that's like my earliest memory with video games was like watching my dad play.
Mm-hmm.
Then eventually, I remember, so my mom was on vacation and my dad called her in the middle of her on vacation. He's like, hey, can I buy an Xbox? But she didn't pick up the phone, so he's like, well,
I guess that's a yes.
He didn't answer, so I guess it's a yes. He bought He bought us an Xbox, and it was so funny.
Oh, that's cool.
And yeah, I remember playing with my little brother.
What was one of your first games on Xbox?
Let's see. The first game I remember playing on Xbox is like, I think the Xbox came with like a racing game, and then there was like a Marvel game.
Okay.
I played the Marvel game with my brother a lot. That was pretty fun.
Right.
I forget what it is now. I know it was like I don't like racing games. I'm very bad at them. I'm very bad at them. Like the graphic, like now, like if you look at like the Forza games, the graphics, I'm just like, wow, that's so amazing.
It is.
But I would just be like, okay, I'm driving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now
you gotta go
like,
fast.
I know, but like I just don't. Those kind of games don't appeal to me, I guess.
I get
this is the one place where Lucy and I have a strong break in opinion. I love to go fast. I can't imagine. Like, I'm just like, oh, so I can just have all of the things on this fantasy car?
Yep.
Yes.
If you put enough time in.
Can.
Yeah. I grew up on Gran Turismo games. They blew me away, but it's always been shooters for me. Always been shooters. Give me something. I mean, even Ratchet and Clank. Give me something to shoot something or fling something at somebody, something like that. It's just, anyway. So what was your first game, Taylor?
My first game it was a pairing that I think used to have been my brother's, but it was Sesame Street ABC and Sesame Street 1, 2, 3 on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah. Those are the first games that were like officially mine. I would say probably, you know, like Mario and like what have you would be like my first like games that I played.
Right.
But these are the first ones that like in the collection, like these are Taylor's games. Because my brother was I had an older brother, 7 years my senior. So he was very selective about like which games I was allowed to play.
Oh yeah.
He on his Nintendo.
He ruled the console. I got you.
Oh yeah, and he was bigger than me. Like, what am I gonna do?
Oh yeah.
I
was the oldest too. Like, no.
I was the baby.
No, you're not playing. No. Come on. No. I'm busy. I'm playing.
I'll tell you this. All those years with the crap controller, though, I feel like made me stronger.
You learned to press a little harder on that button or a little faster. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, like just a little bit. Like maybe I'm acting even faster, like even earlier.
I got you.
In the thing, my first fighting games, I actually got Destiny 1 was my first real like first person shooter that I ever really did. That stuck with talking about my older brother. Like I had played like first person shooters with them, but with him and his group of older friends, they had like this computer room thing, and I would typically get like to play so they could like romper stomp me, and then like one of them could go to the bathroom and then like, oh, like you were last place, sorry dude, like pass the sticks.
That sounds
about right.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. That's the way it always went. Yeah. And you were never good enough because you didn't play enough, and your older brother played a lot more. He knew all the moves. Exactly.
But what I ended up actually getting like really good at, like I loved my RPGs, Final Fantasy 2 and 3 US, so I guess like 6 Japan, but those were real big games to me. I loved racing games, F-Zero,
nice,
platformers. Like I think of Nintendo, like we also had a Sega, like Sonic was real big to me. Like I really liked going fast. And yeah, it wasn't really until a friend of mine through another MMO, DC Universe Online at the time, was like, yo, check out this Destiny beta. Here's the video. And when I saw what ended up being the hunter, when I saw the dude shooting and then just throwing a knife in someone's face in the middle of their like little cadence, I was like, okay, that's pretty tight.
Throwing knives.
I'm going to have to check that out. So that's, it's been a big learning curve. I'll tell you that. Learning the sticks, but like SRL, man, that was an old hat.
I heard that's an inside joke with you guys. You're the SRL king. You loved SRL.
Oh, dude, like I can prove it. Like I was in like the 0.01%, I think, at the end of the second time they brought it back.
I think that's on your Twitter bio.
I was very proud of that. Yeah, no, I like to go fast. I really wish they would bring it back. There are some racing games that I like that are out now, but I mean, with my connection to Destiny at this point, I don't think there's anything I could get more invested in.
Yeah, I understand completely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hazel?
Nice. Well, one thing I did want to say real quick is that regarding the fish talk that was going on before, while, yes, I was making fun, but that was actually the most riveting fish talk I've ever heard in my life.
So, really? No
so I give you guys credit.
So no sarcasm. Okay.
No sarcasm. So yeah, so if you guys ever do start a fishing podcast or something.
Oh, God. Okay.
I was going to say, Gatr, do you want to... You can come on our show. We can do a special fishing episode.
Oh my God. I've done so much fishing in my life. I mean, I've grown up in Florida. I lived here all my life. I went fishing with my grandpa. It's the most quality time you can ever have with your grandpa. Anyway, he'd tell you some weird stuff too. Like, what? Okay, Grandpa, I don't think you're all there. Yeah.
Need to make sure you were up early in the morning. And
oh, God.
Tell you those
secrets. I can tell you some stories, man. I can tell you some stories. Yeah, dude, anytime. Yeah, I'll be glad to blab about fishing. Yeah.
Groovy.
Anyway.
That's awesome. All right. Well, so Taylor, you told us about how you found Destiny. Lady, what about you?
Well, pretty easy. I played the Halo games. I saw Bungie's new game they were making, and I'm like, well, it's made by Bungie. I like Bungie. I'll try this game out.
Yeah.
A plus B.
Did you see the poster in Halo, the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that was cool. I was like, okay, my curiosity. I'm now intrigued. And then I played the beta. I made a hunter because I liked blade dance. I like being invisible. I like being sneaky. I mean, I'm gonna be honest here. The real reason I like being invisible is so you can skip stuff. I'm very lazy. I'm very lazy.
No, I have to admit, when I'm trying to solo stuff, it's really nice having that dodge where you can get
having
invisible.
that invis. Yeah, so I liked the blade dancer for hunters, and I just thought, I'm like, Nova Ball. That just sounds cool.
I mean,
so
you'd be fighting your way through as a Titan and trying to get your. I've been living in the legendary lost sectors and master lost sectors, trying to get all my exotic stuff. Just get that off my list. You know, it was on my list. It's in my head. I needed to get done. But when I did it with a hunter and I just put the invis on, it was so much easier. You could skip a lot of the crap.
Oh,
yeah.
So you and I got to record some speed runs. We just pick our favorite strike and see who can run through it the fastest.
No. We need to pick like whatever is like the master lost sector. We need to both start at the same time, or record it or something.
Well, I'm thinking just trying to run through, skip as much as you can, as opposed to being good at the game.
Oh.
It's like our own game we could create.
I see. Maybe. We'll have to see.
I don't think she's sold on that. I don't know.
I might win.
Uh-oh.
I'm very competitive.
Wait a minute, Taylor. Taylor, are you a Warlock main?
I'm a hunter.
Oh, so disappointed.
Yeah, I'm a
it's okay.
I'm a 6-shooter gunslinger.
It's okay. That's all right. Yeah,
it's okay. I'm a Titan main. I don't know.
Officially switched.
I'm all three.
I haven't officially switched. I'm in this weird wishy-wash thing.
Hazel has.
I've been doing Master Vogue, and I'm the only Titan in my friend group. So I'm well,
sure
I'm the
needed.
one who has my Titan.
Yeah.
All there.
I like having all three because when you're raiding and someone's like, "Well, we need a bubble." I'm like, all right, hold on.
No, that's kind
of
what I'm like. That's kind of how I'm like. I'm like, I can be anything, but I really like Middle Tree Void Titan. I just think that's so fun. Just
it is.
Throw one nade and then everything explodes.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. I cry.
Exactly. I'm right there with you. Although I'm a turncoat though.
He is.
I went the way of the hunter for Beyond Light.
Yeah, that stasis was pretty crazy.
Yeah,
it's a pretty sweet class with our actual jumps.
It's a sore stasis. Stasis is a sore subject on our show, so we kind of steer around stasis.
For one of us, anyway.
Well, people don't like to hear us complain about it anymore. So I'm sorry, mainly me complain about it. But hey, Hazel put this question. It's one of our signature questions, and we've been starting to pose it to our guests now, and I'll ask it to both of you. Video games. Why do you game? Why? What is the attraction of gaming?
The attraction of gaming. I dig it. Well, for me, I game to mainly hang out with my friends.
Okay.
I don't really have my social life, I guess, is the people who I've all met through gaming. I've met my best friend through playing Destiny. I've met my significant other. I met her through playing. I've met all of the people who I care about. I've met through playing video games.
Very cool.
Nice.
That's a good answer.
How did you meet your significant other through Destiny?
Funny story. This is a funny story.
Exclusive.
Exclusive. No. No. I was doing Crown of Sorrows with my friends, and I had one of my clan members in there, and I was like, "Dang, we need one more person." And they're like, "Hey, I know somebody. I'll get my roommate." And I'm like, "Okay, cool, whatever." And then her roommate, I messed up. English is hard. Their roommate joined. They helped us out. It was really easy. And Kelsey, that's her name. I was complaining about, Nan, I really need to get Legend in Comp. I'm really bad at PvP. Man, I just suck. She's like, hey, I'll help you out. And I'm like, well, okay, we're probably not gonna get very far. I blink and I've reset my I'm and this is in comp, so it was a little bit harder back then. And there wasn't stasis, which is good, but
yeah,
it still was rough. But we actually went on like a 15+ win streak, and I was like, "What is this?"
Damn.
There was one part that was really crazy. I remember. So her roommates, she got disconnected from our game as we were loading in. So it was just me and her roommate. Her roommate isn't that good at PvP. So he was just like, shit. And then I hear Kelsey open his door and she's like, give me your controller. She just takes it. She plays and we won. We like wiped the floor with them. And I was like, 2v3 in comp. Cool. And I was like, at that point, I was like, damn. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, no, she's really good at PvP. She's gilded
goddess,
her flawless. She is a literal goddess. And she's good at PvE too. So I'm like, damn, is there anything you're bad at?
If I can confirm something, like within, I think, the first week of this season, Kelsey had her second guild on flawless.
Yeah, she was gilded flawless already. She's, like I said, she's crazy about PvP, but she's also like, sorry to like rant about my girlfriend, but
all right,
like, she's awesome. She's the best.
I'd say the same things if that were true, but doesn't even fucking stand Destiny. She's like,
I brought my wife in Destiny one time, and she kept aiming at the ground. I'm like, honey, the enemies are in front of us.
No, it's okay.
She had a bad experience, and to my detriment, I probably should have been a little easier on her, but she likes to read and stuff, so that's her thing.
No. Everyone has their own things.
Exactly.
But yeah, but like,
that's cool.
My favorite thing is that when Shadowkeep came out and there was Pit of Heresy, the only thing I was missing to get the Harbinger title, because I have like every single seal pin in the game except for the Unbroken one, because I don't want to pay $500 on eBay to buy that pin. Because that's the only one I don't have.
Don't worry. There's plenty of recos you can contact.
I know. But I'm just like, I don't care about I have on the Unbroken title. I already have a title, but I didn't get the title in time to get the pin.
Oh,
so
I see.
Like,
I see. Gotcha.
Whatever. I don't really care. So the last thing I needed was to get the ship from Pit of Heresy. And so what we would do is Kelsey and I, we would 2-man Pit of Heresy every Tuesday. And then every day we would get to the boss, and then I'd swap characters, and we'd do the final boss.
Nice.
Every day. And we did this for like 2 weeks. Every day we would just we would do the boss checkpoint, because you could still get the ship to drop even after you've
as long as it's after reset, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we just kept doing that over and over. And it was really fun. We ended up getting like really, really good at it, to the point where like, even to this day, I'm like, hey Kelsey, you want to do Pit? And she's like, sure, why not? It's old times.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite boss fights in the dungeon.
Oh yeah, no, it's like we did it when Izanagi's was like the meta, like when it was still good.
Right.
So I remember like we would both start and we would both like aim at one night. She would aim at the other night. 3, 2, 1, bam! They'd both be dead, and we'd each go do a tower, and then come back around.
Right.
It was great. It was great.
Well, I'll pose that question to you, Taylor.
Ooh, how did I get into gaming?
Yeah, well, why game? Why game? I guess is the question.
Why do you play video games, Taylor?
Well, what I loved when I started like gaming as a kid is that to me it was like a cartoon you could control, which was like really cool. And I guess what kept it persisting is really the kind of similar to Lucy's answer, the kind of like the real achievement is the friends you make along the way.
Sure.
Sappy.
No, not at all.
play on the trope. But yeah, honestly, I really value the ability to escape along with immersion. So it's not just that you're escaping into a world. Like I really love movies. I've seen an inordinate amount of television, especially in my younger years. And that's fun in its own way, but like being able to actually like kind of have a hand in what's going on that's what always really like cinched it for me. Like even in small ways, like in that part, you're kind of part of your own entertainment, I guess. But you know, the friends that I've made along the way, getting into, especially now with where Destiny has taken me, getting into content creation, it's been really great in ways that I don't think I could have imagined when I was younger, just thinking like, this is really cool. I'm controlling the cartoon.
Yeah, immersion's powerful. I mean, especially when you got a lot of stresses in life, it's so good to be able to have something to check out and just turn off, you know?
Yeah.
And watching TV is good. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big movie buff too. In fact, I just saw M. Night's new one just yesterday. And it's, I love suspending disbelief and just believing what whoever the director's pushing me and following the story. Sometimes you're like, what's the story again? But anyway, but yeah, immersion is, I mean, I can be sick as a dog, play some Destiny and forget I'm even sick. It's that powerful. So yeah, I get that, man. I get it. Really do. Let's see. I do have questions about your podcast. Why don't we get into those and then we'll get into our final signature questions. I know we're running a little long on time. You guys are great to talk with, by the way.
Yeah, definitely.
The conversation just flows and I could see it eating up the clock. I keep looking at my clock here, but, hell with that. We're going to have some fun. First, let's talk about your podcast and, how did you decide to start a podcast like this? Either of you, whoever wants to talk.
Yeah, I can jump in. The first thing that really made me want to start Spinfoil Theory was that I had written at that point. I had written articles for Focus Fire Chat. I had done a lot of other sort of less active stuff in the lore community, and I found myself writing into different shows every week to the point I was like, why don't I just talk about this myself?
Right.
Nice. And, it was really like, not to tout my co-host too much, but, when it came time, and, I had seen Lucy, like on Twitter, she had already been a guest on the show, was kind of looking to do her own thing, was like exploring different things. I was like, oh man, let me reach out to her. And it's been really great. I really love how the show has evolved. And yeah, it's for me, the best part about doing the podcast is all the different people I get to meet, talking about all my and like community's like zany ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And what I love about the format of our show, especially where it's grown to, is I kind of feel like me and Lucy did like this little gift spot. I don't know if we've dropped it yet, but we were kind of mimicking X-Files. Like promo stuff with our characters in game.
That's cool.
On different planets.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like this getting to the truth is out there kind of vibe. And yeah, like I'm really enjoying it. It's the format we have and the way that we dig into things and get to reference people and invite people on the show. I really love it. I think it's something we kind of had to cultivate and work together to build. But it's really turned out great.
Awesome. Yeah. So how would you describe your podcast?
It's a good question.
Lizzie, like, how do you feel like, because when it started, I feel like it started as kind of like a Mythbusters kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think as it's evolved, I think it's gotten more into more of a, kind of like how you said, like an X-Files-esque, like, what is the truth? sort of a thing. I think that's really where we've kind of found our like little niche.
So you kind of model it after the X-Files. I like that.
Yeah.
It's definitely an inspiration.
We got Taylor, who's the more zany, crazy person, and you have me, the more grounded, like, Taylor, no, that's not.
So you're Mulder? Or are you Fox?
Mulder Scully.
I mean,
Scully. I'm basically Scully.
You're the scientist. Okay, I got you.
Exactly. I'm the scientist, and Taylor's like, aliens. It's always aliens. I'm just like, no, it's not.
There's an explanation.
It's a guy in a mask.
There's got to be an explanation.
There is a logical explanation, and it turns out sometimes it just really is aliens.
I feel like I'm that version of Mulder I just posted in the chat though from The Simpsons, like specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Like I feel like I'm not really, because Mulder was right at the end of the day, and I feel like that's a lot of pressure.
Yes.
You can just think you're right. I mean, that's what I do all the time.
Yeah, he does.
I'm marking this idea down. That's the thing. Yeah, but it's definitely grown. Because we still do the kind of like fun, like arbitrary score in units that mean nothing.
That's what I was going to ask you next. Is how you at the end of your pod you give it a grade or a score, and it's always fun. It's a fun score, but is that trying to complete your scientific method on how your theory has been tested, or from discussion, or how did that come about, or is it just fun?
It's more to be fun because we were kind of going for like a whose line is it anyway kind of vibe, because it's units that you get to make up and how you apply them is up to you. But I will say, and this was something that was Lucy's idea. I can let her go into it more. We actually offer like a more proper star rating for episodes that we release on our website now.
Yeah.
Are those the rabbit hole ones, or is that something?
No, all of the episodes are on the website.
Okay.
At least the one,
Season 2, yeah. All of the season 2.
Gotcha.
All of the ones that I've been a host on. They're all on there, and the only ones that don't really have a score are the rabbit hole and the special episodes, because it's not like we're like discussing some random theory of like Star Wars. We're just talking about Star Wars, or talking about Marvel, talking about whatever.
You just cut it off and leave it wherever it lays. I got you.
Yeah, we're just like, yeah.
Lies.
We have it more like the star rating on the website is more of a like how much we agree or disagree with the theory at the end of it. Kind of like, do you think this is true? Do you think this is not true? And most of the time I'm like, it might be. Maybe. Some of them I'm just like, I don't know, Chief. I don't know about this.
It was really funny last week in our last regular episode, I actually ended up going back on my own theory, but Lucy thought like, no, this is pretty plausible.
I'm like, no, this makes sense. And you're just like, no, it's not. Not anymore.
I talked myself out of it.
Well, that's a great thing about discussion is you can change someone's mind sometimes. You can reason through it and you can come to an agreement. I mean, that's what I love about podcasts is it's all about discussions. It's just the greatest thing. Sorry, I might have got us off on a tangent there. Is there any other topics you talk about on the show, or is it just Destiny lore?
We do have like special episodes where we pick a more.
You were just talking about that, right?
Yeah, non-Destiny.
Okay.
And we've done Star Wars.
Okay.
And we've done Marvel. I think some other. We have like a bunch of backlog ideas of other stuff we could talk about, like Mass Effect. Or
I think Mass Effect's going to be a great one.
Oh boy.
I just replayed. Yeah, I just replayed the Legendary trilogy, so it's all like super fresh in my head right now.
I need to go through and do that because I keep putting it off because it's not that I'm lazy. I have a laundry list of like other stuff, and I'm always busy with work and Destiny.
Do it. I'll play your Destiny character instead of you playing your friend's Destiny characters to help them out. You go play Mass Effect.
There we go. There we go.
I promise not to lower your KD too much.
No, I'll come back and like in the negatives now, and then I will cry. No, I'm kidding.
That's awesome. But yeah, I wanted to start that because I bought it and everything, but I made the mistake of like starting it off, and my daughter was watching me, and then I'm like, okay, this really isn't for kids.
No,
I forgot. I forgot a lot of stuff about that game. And then I was like, yeah. So she's like, well, you can't play until I'm older then.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Like,
just play when she's asleep.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, maybe she'll forget.
Just avoid the lovemaking scenes and the flirting.
It's not even that.
Oh. References?
Yeah,
the language.
No, it's...
Gotcha.
Violence.
Oofed.
Yeah.
It can get, like, ultra violence, too. Like, in the cutscenes. I'm not even talking about the gameplay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, I totally see that.
Well, what do you think, Hazel? Signature questions and we'll wrap it up?
Yeah. Let's go with that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask both of you this question, and I ask of all of our new guests. I'll start with you, Lady Lucida.
Okay.
What's behind the gamer tag?
What's behind the gamer tag? Okay. This is a funny one.
Okay.
I've changed my gamer tag like 20 million times. So before this, I was, this is going to sound so cringy. I was the Dark Angel, and I made that gamer tag when I was like, 12? And I was like, you know what? I need something a little different, a little, I guess, mature. So I picked Lady Lucida. And Lucida actually is it means the brightest star in a constellation.
Oh.
So
wow.
it's
I learned
space.
something today.
It's space.
Nice.
There you go. See, I did something.
Would you say it's space magic?
Yeah, there we go. Space magic. Yay. There we go.
When you said space magic and the do, I just imagined that the more you know star.
That's literally what I was going for. Like, the more you know.
I was going for something different, but that's okay. Hazel got it. He got it.
It all works.
I'm such a.
Does it really?
I'm such a warlock.
Yeah.
I'm such a warlock. Okay, I'm a Voidwalker warlock. That's what I like to do.
I see. I
Gotcha.
see.
Yeah.
Person of culture.
Yeah.
I too run Voidwalker. Why won't they Why won't they buff Nova Warp? Bungie, please.
How about give us Shatter?
I used to run Nova Warp all the time.
I used to use Shatter. Please give us Shatter back, where we can shoot three little mini balls.
Yeah. Or like the Lance, or it was like a sniper rifle. It was like, pew! That was cool too.
Yeah.
Because I always feel like I miss sometimes when I'm not running Slova. I feel like I miss. I'm just like, there it goes, right off the cliff.
Oh, yeah. I've had a lot of people laugh on stream and off where I'm like, what is that purple orb? Oh, yeah, it's Gatr. He just tried to throw a Nova at the enemy after he killed him. Don't worry about it. Just ignore him. Yeah. So, well, Taylor, what's behind yours, man? What's behind your gamer tag?
So I've got a couple depending on the platform. I completed that childhood dream where I wanted like all the systems.
Oh yeah.
So I've got like the PC, the PlayStation, and an Xbox. So on PlayStation, I'm Taylor B. This is the oldest one of all the three. It was my nickname in high school. I was not the first Taylor people had met.
Okay. So you got alphabetized.
Yeah, exactly. I got alphabetized, but it just worked out for me. So I put the hyphens in there and I ran with it. For my Twitter / my Steam, this is Red Leader, LITRE, all one word, which is just a big Star Wars reference.
Oh, I love that. That's a cool name. Yeah,
just with a little bit of a pun in there. And then my Xbox name is Mr. Co-host, and this was back when Lucy had first joined the show. I was actually running VOG, I think it was.
Yeah, we were doing day one VOG.
Yeah, with you and your friends, and all of her friends kept referring, because the Xbox name scheme is a little shorter than other things, so I couldn't put this as Red Leader. So it had like some like lamer version of that, and they kept calling me co-host. Like, co-host, Mr. Co-host.
Because
co-host.
Because before he came, I was like, hey, this is the co-host of my podcast. So everyone just kind of stuck with, oh, he's co-host. Yeah. So everyone's just like, okay.
So when we finished it the next day, I just changed the name to Mr. Co-host.
Everyone was like, yes, let's go. All my friends are funny.
That's awesome.
So those are the stories behind my gamer tags.
I never get the same answer twice. I love it. Very cool. All right, Hazel, what else we got?
All right. So, do you have any hobbies that you have outside of gaming?
Ooh, hobbies outside of gaming. Huh. That's a tough one. I mean, I used to, but now I don't. I used to do photography, but then I stopped because I got too busy, like work and stuff.
Easy to do. Yep. Very easy to do.
So I don't know if you guys heard, but I've been fishing before.
Oh, hey.
Maybe.
Wait a minute. What kind of fishing do you do again? No, I'm just sorry.
No. Freshwater?
I won't do it to Hazel. I won't do it to
I think I'm tripping.
So I have a couple. I really enjoy D&D.
Okay.
I have a couple regular games that tabletop games in general that I play with my friends, and that's really important to me. I also, when I find the time, I like the little Gundam models that you can. I have one.
Yeah.
So, funny story. I have one that's basically like the 1970s like Gundam, the OG one, but he's in 7-Eleven colors because in Japan that's like those are the toys that you can get at 7-Eleven.
Really? I never. It's so long ago. I don't remember that. That's pretty cool.
Well, at least whenever this came out, that's
right.
The type of like
keep it original. That's so weird.
So I got one, and I have been waiting to like build it, and I haven't built one. I kind of got back into it like a couple years ago, like right before COVID, and then other stuff kind of came in, but like I still have this itch to like I want to get this out. I have all my little tools, like I'm gonna like sand the nubs off, like panel line it, like, and then he's gonna be the proudest 7-Eleven mascot up on my shelf. I mean, he'll be the only one, but it'll be impressive.
I like it.
What scale are these? How big are these models?
This one that I'm talking about, this will tell you, I want to say this is a 1/16.
Okay. It's a pretty good size. Okay.
Yeah, I know Burning Wing in our Discord, he was putting together those models too.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not that size. Maybe,
right.
I don't.
Or maybe it's 32. I think I was up one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really cool, man. That's really cool.
Just under that. Yeah, like I kind of have those on the side. I'm kind of falling off about that, but that and podcasting, I guess that's where I'm at.
Yeah, it takes a lot of your time. Trust me, it takes a long. And this is kind of my hobby now. That's the way it goes. Oh, okay. I know you have your final one, Hazel. I have to ask this one, of course, and think about this one. And before I ask this question, remember, it doesn't have to be serious. It can be fun, tongue in cheek. It could be something small or something big. So my question is this. What's one thing about you that maybe the community doesn't know about you? It could be big, small, serious, non-serious. We've had a range of answers on this question.
Am I going first or Taylor, you going first? Who's going first?
Whoever wants to.
I know. I already know what mine is.
Okay.
Okay. You go first.
I don't know how to ride a bike.
Really?
Yeah, childhood reasons, what have you, like...
Well, you were in the boat. You were in the boat all the time.
Yeah, I wish. I actually got into that my late teens, early 20s. No, I do not know. I still cannot ride a bike. I've never done it. And what's really ironic about this is, since COVID, I can't really run anymore, just because like my knees aren't bad, but like knowing how my dad's knees are, I'm at that age where like I have to make a choice.
Right. Future proof.
And so I have a stationary bike that I do my cardio. I'm just like perpetrating.
It's very good. It's very good for you
the whole time. But yeah, no, I never learned.
Okay, that's cool. You're probably not alone there. I have a feeling.
Yeah, myself even.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit. Okay.
No.
I just learned something today. Let me pocket that for later. All right, turn it down.
The only time it really ever came up was when me and some friends were in a country where like bike lanes were like really like a cool and viable way to get around, and I had to kind of be like, yeah, I can't do that.
Right.
No, they were all cool. Like, it wasn't a bad experience.
Right.
but yeah, like it doesn't come up, right?
Well, there's people in my family that don't know how to swim. I mean, it just depends how your upbringing, and everyone has priorities when they're growing up. So might just been different.
What's funny is I know how to ride a horse,
but not a bike.
That's so but cool. Not a
bike. Where's a horse when you need one?
Did you hear, lady? I love it. She's like, what?
She's like, I didn't know this about you.
What?
Yeah. There was a few summers growing up. I got sent to a farm near where my grandma lived in South Carolina to like do chores and stuff and just kind of hang out there for a few weeks each year.
We're learning so much tonight. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Lady Lucida, how about you?
Oh, man.
Did my voice just squeak there? Gee whiz. I
guess something that a lot of people don't know about me is that I have a hole in my heart, or had a hole in my heart when I was born.
Okay. You know what?
It's fixed now.
Yeah.
Orchid, didn't she share the same thing?
Yeah.
Dang it! I thought I had something.
And no, my niece also had to.
That's way better than not knowing how to ride a bike.
No,
you win.
I got one better. Technically, I should be dead.
Oh no!
I mean, seriously, I should be. Like,
I'm glad it got better.
No, yeah,
it didn't get better. It got fixed. I have a titanium disc in my heart.
Yeah, whoa. My niece had the same problem.
Like Iron Man.
Yeah,
you have a bionic heart?
No, not bionic. No, I have a titanium disc that basically it's like a plug for the hole.
That's cool, man. You're almost Vex.
I know. I'm just like little. See, I am the Vex. Dang it! I didn't want to be the Vex. Why?
Well, no. Hold on. I'm gonna add. You used metal or the sword logic to correct the heart thing, so that's pretty hive to me.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. See?
Yeah. Well, we're going to ask about that later.
You imposed your will.
I imposed my will upon the metal that is inside my heart. Yes.
That's cool.
Well, I'm fascinated by you too. So
yeah,
I thank you so much for that. And okay, our last question here is going to be, do you have a motto or mantra that you live by, or a couple of them?
Yes. I got one.
That counts.
Teamwork makes the dream work. That's my motto in life. I'm like, that's my motto. It's just like, you gotta, like, if you're in a team, there's no point in, like, senseless bickering and, like, pointing fingers and playing the blame game, because you guys are all on the same team. You guys are all working towards the same goal. So.
Yeah, Senate Nomad called me a scrub because I bitch too much in Crucible. I get that.
Crucible's another story.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Crucible. That's what comes to mind when you said that.
No. I was mainly talking about, like, Master Vogue or Raids. Or
it's
other
awesome.
Stuff.
That's what makes Raids so awesome. You have to work together. If you don't,
you can't be like, oh, this person wasn't doing enough damage, or this person. No. Just be like, okay.
It's cumulative.
Hold up.
It's all together.
Yeah. Just make sure everyone. Okay, let's do a check. Is everyone running the right stuff? Doing the right? Has everyone have, like, champion mods, for example? Stuff like that. Like, make sure that the boxes are checked. Okay.
Guys, have you had your orange slices?
No, I haven't. I
brought you your orange slices. You need to have it. This is the break time. You need to get your vitamins. You can drink water.
Oh, yeah.
Second half is going to be rough.
Love it. Thank you, Soccer Mom Taylor.
Great.
Well, Taylor, what about you?
One that's always stuck with me, I guess mostly in a joking fashion, because sometimes you do something stupid but it works out, is I'd always rather be lucky than good.
That's a good one.
I don't really know if it's a mantra, but, like, kind of when those moments when you think you messed up and maybe you start to panic a little bit, but then life or the universe kind of works things work out differently.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize you got all that, the relief that comes over you, I guess, after you got yourself so worked up. Like that's when I'm kind of like, oh man.
Yeah. Don't sweat the small stuff. I get you.
Yeah, that's one that always stuck with me.
I always have times like that in my life where I think, was that just fate, or was that just happenstance? All right, I'm not going to go down. I swear, I'm not going down to the rabbit hole, Hazel. I'm not going to do it.
I mean, I told y'all that was just our game. Like.
I know. Well, hey, you guys, thanks for sharing your life with us. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, it's that time, I think, Hazel, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, speed run is next. We're going to do that right after this.
Call the Praxic Order, call the Thanatonauts, the Jinsen Scribes, call everyone so they can witness you.
All right, listeners, this segment is called the speed run. This is where we have a database of over 250 randomly asked questions, and Lady Lucida and Taylor B will have 90 seconds to answer as many as they can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers, and at the end of the year, the guest with the most unanswered will win a prize and the title of 2020 Speedrun Champion. The questions are randomly asked, so no one can memorize the order, and just answer quickly whatever comes to mind. Tonight, I'm going to ask the questions randomly from the list. Hazel is the timekeeper and quality control expert. In the event of a questionable answer, Hazel's decision will be final. He's really never had to enforce that, so just answering within context is what we're saying. Startian is still our current leader at 39. So, Taylor, why don't you go first, man?
Okay.
Let's get ready.
I've been gearing myself up for this all day.
All right. I like it. I like this attitude. Good. All right. Here we go. Ready, Hazel?
Yes,
Let's
sir.
rock.
3, 2, 1. Warlock, Titan, or Hunter?
Hunter.
Favorite color?
Green.
Void, solar, arc, or stasis?
Solar.
What's the latest you've been up gaming?
3.
Smooth or chunky peanut butter?
Smooth.
What's your lucky number?
13.
Should there be freelance solo strikes?
Yes.
What is your favorite breakfast cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Anna Bray or 801?
Anna Bray.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
Strawberry picker.
Spock or Data?
Spock.
What's the best sandwich?
Cubano.
Vanguard, Crucible, or Gambit?
Gambit.
Hive, Taken, or Scorn?
Taken.
What's your favorite Destiny planet?
Nessus.
EDZ or Cosmodrome?
Cosmodrome.
Best Destiny subclass?
Gunslinger.
Last Wish or Leviathan Raid?
Last Wish.
Describe yourself in one word.
Blue.
VR or IRL?
IRL.
Who would win, Fallen Captain or Cabal Centurion?
Cabal Centurion.
Destiny 2 seasonal events, yes or no?
Yes.
What number am I thinking of?
3.
If you had more time, what would you do with it?
Spend it.
Have you ever been in a band?
No.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
If your home was on fire, what one thing would you take?
My spouse.
DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
Drifter, evil, yes or no?
No.
Human, awoken, or exo?
Human.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Here.
Morning person or night owl?
Night owl.
Horror movies, yes or no?
Yes.
Apple or Android? Oh, you said time.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Can I change that last one to Android? Sorry.
All right, hold off, Hazel. We'll do the results afterwards. Let's give Lady Lucida a shot here.
Okay. This is a lot
That was
less
very
stressful than I thought it would be. I thought it would be like random, like like Jeopardy, like Destiny.
No,
like,
it's not.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay,
yeah.
I can do this.
This is more entertainment than anything, Lady Lucida. So don't take it too seriously.
Okay.
We're talking about a $50 gift card or something here. We're not talking about anything big. So
money's on the line.
Oh shit! Did I say that? Did I say that? Uh-oh.
I didn't even know that.
See,
he's like, now he's like, damn it. He's like, I want to redo.
I should have never told Startian that. Shit.
Oopsies.
All right. Now get all stretched, limber, ready to go.
Yep.
Hazel, clock reset.
Always.
Ready?
Always.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Warlock, Titan, or Hunter?
Titan.
Tupac or Biggie?
Biggie.
What number am I thinking of?
75.
If you could take any one famous person to dinner, who would it be?
Albert Einstein.
Mac or PC?
PC.
Should there be freelance solo strikes?
Yes.
Describe yourself in one word.
Obnoxious.
Bubble or well?
Bubble.
What is your spirit animal?
Fox.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Thick or skinny fries?
Thick.
What's the best sandwich?
Turkey.
What is your favorite Destiny planet?
Dreaming City.
Apple or Android?
Android.
What's your favorite smell?
Cinnamon.
Game disc or digital download?
Digital.
Where's your ideal vacation?
Hawaii.
Lefty or righty?
Left.
Extrovert or introvert?
Intro.
What would you rather fight, Scorn or Taken?
Taken.
If you had a choice, who would be your voice of your ghost?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Blues or metal?
Metal.
Best Destiny super ability?
Tether.
Sims games, yes or no?
Yes.
If Destiny Universe was real, what planet would you visit first?
Tangled Shore.
Vader or Yoda?
Vader.
Do you play Iron Banner?
Yes.
Game remasters, yes or no?
Yes.
Monster or Red Bull?
Red Bull.
McDonald's or Taco Bell?
Taco Bell.
What weapon slot do you use as an exotic the most?
Heavy.
Ikora, Cater, Zavala?
Zavala.
Simpson. Okay.
Damn it.
You guys are good. You guys are good. For never doing it before, Lady Lucia, you did good. You did really good. So
my brain is just bam, 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 bam.
You know what? People are so amped after this. That's what I love. Because we're going to talk about lore after this, and you guys are going to be all amped up. Like, what? What was the question again?
We're like, what?
Mm-hmm. I'm here for
See,
it. I'm here
my
for
brain. I don't think I just like. My brain thinks really fast sometimes. So I'm just like, bleh.
It's just
like a lot of those. I just like answered the first thing that came to mind. I didn't even like some of the stuff. I'm like, I don't even know what this means, but okay.
Everybody,
that's the right way.
Everybody has a strategy. So good job. Well, Hazel, how'd they do? Yeah, I know. I know the answer too. Start.
Who wants to go first? Because are you guys competitive?
I'm very competitive.
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
very.
Sure.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are friends, right?
we're
Good friends.
We're
Okay.
friends.
Okay. All right,
I'm
Hazel.
not
go.
going to get mad at the other person if, like,
I hope not.
Okay, Hazel.
Taylor, nothing personal. No,
All right.
I was gonna say you probably beat me, but like I'm here
All
for
right.
it.
All right. How did Taylor do, Hazel?
all right, Taylor, 33.
Very nice.
Nice.
Very
That is
nice.
super respectable.
That is that's a solid
Thank you,
score.
thank you.
All right. How did Lady Lucida do?
Probably terrible.
Okay, well,
Go ahead, man.
33.
We both got 33. What the hell?
Yes.
Damn it, I tried to go as fast.
Yes.
We didn't plan that either.
No.
That's funny. That's funny.
That's cool. That's kind of the way I like it to be.
Oh man, I take it. We have a whatever prize that will go to the person in our slot, if there is one, goes to both of us. It's great.
I guess we just have to split it.
Yeah.
I don't think we won anything, but if we did,
You won our
That would be
hearts.
bad.
You won our hearts. That was great.
nice.
That was a lot of fun,
Yes.
guys.
and now it's split between us.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for doing that. That was a lot of fun. That was really fun.
Thank you guys. That was awesome.
We always get a kick out of doing that every year. Come on, Gatr. Every week, usually every week. So, hey, listeners, I've got a question for all you out there. Do you have a great speedrun question? If that's a yes, join our Discord, enter them in our speedrun question ideas channel, and we'll add them to next year's speedrun. Just remember, they need to be yes or no, or 1 or 2 word answers. Either or questions will also be accepted. And at the end of the year, we're going to have 2 drawings for a $25 gift card of your choice. And you can enter up to 5 questions to go into the drawing. So good luck. All right. That means it is time for This Week at Bungie. Right. This week at Bungie, 11th week of Season of the Splicer. What is going on, Hazel?
All right, so we have news. So, with that comes Unraveling Synth Strands. So, with Synth Strands, they are actually going away. So what are they going to be replaced with, you may ask? Nothing. But wait, Hazel. We needed synth strand to make synth cord. So
you see how confusing? You see how confusing this is?
Yeah, well, give me a second, bro. So, so Hazel. So now that we've done away with synth strand, do I just get synth cord? No, you don't. So what the hell's happening, Hazel, you may ask? So what's going to happen is this. For 10,000 glimmer, you get to buy your damn bounty.
Thank God.
Who'd have thunk it?
Thank God.
Bungie went above and beyond after breaking something that wasn't even really, that was broken, but yes, They fixed a shitty system. That's basically it.
Dude, you know how much I play Destiny. I'm over level 300 on my season pass, and I've just now gotten all the bounties, max bounties for my Warlock. I still have a lot to get done on my Titan and my Hunter. It just takes, my point is it just takes too long. If we could just go buy the bounties, we'd have it done in 2-3 weeks. Is my point.
Yeah. Meh.
So thanks, Bungie.
Well, yeah, definitely thanks, Bungie, yes. But meanwhile, I'm still sitting on 750 synth strand. I've never done a single bounty to get one of these things. So, yeah. I don't care.
Are you seriously, just to prove me wrong, not going to get a bounty?
Why do I need to get a bounty?
They don't. It's free synth strand. Whatever.
Is it really free though? It costs me time.
Yeah, but if you're already playing Gambit or Crucible or Strikes or Dungeons, they have them for world areas too. You get it on. You get them on Mackley. The bounties are not really hard to complete. Is what I'm trying to say. So why not just pick one? All right.
I don't care.
I'm lost. Okay.
I would love to know how many bounties I've done. I know I've done at least 20 bounties all season.
Oh my God.
I think I may have picked up another or two. So maybe around 25, 26 bounties all season.
Larry, you hearing this? You hearing this?
Larry's like that's an afternoon.
That's like 5 minutes of my time, dude. Come on.
Yeah. So but you know what? I'm at level, I think 149, 150.
Huh? Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Larry,
and
update by the way.
0 bounties.
If you go back and listen to the very first episode of when we played the first story season for Beyond Light, you remember me ka-ching, 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 unlocking my relic, my artifact a lot faster and enjoying the fruits of my labor.
Yeah, it was like a triggering sound to me. But yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to give a heads up and a shout out to Larman Kentucky. I know we're doing the Larman Rankathon. Those of you have sponsored him. He's trying to get to a rank 1,000 before the season ends. He is over 800 now. Just letting you guys know. Give you a little progress report. So kick ass, Larry. Keep it going, man. And I mentioned
31 days left.
Yep. I think he's gonna make it.
He's got this. Yeah.
And everybody wants to know when you hit 1,000, what's after 1,000? Does it just stay at 1,000? I'm curious, but I think I sponsored him 5 cents a level, and I actually in the last few shows I think I mentioned that whatever I have, and I'm over 300, I'm adding to it to give to charity or whatever charitable. So yeah, it's such a great idea. And Rye for short was even messaging me and said, "Man, we've done this in our Discord. It is such a cool idea." Larry, I give it all to Larry. He's the one that came up with the idea. So kick ass, Larry. Keep it up, man. Rest those fingers, at least take a drink every now and then. Come up for air. Sorry, I just had to mention it, Hazel.
No. So, all right. I just wanted to say one other thing too, is that, so I made it to 1335 this past week.
Okay.
So that means I can do Grandmasters. That means I can do everything. Mm-hmm. And you know what? There's still a month left.
Right.
And I picked up 26 bounties. I didn't have to do that. So, yeah. So you too can be like me and not be a bounty goblin.
I don't even know what to say to you right now.
I love it. So, all right, getting back to the beloved TWAB.
Oh, yeah, we had some news, I think.
Yeah. So, the Bungie website has been redesigned. Looks pretty snazzy now. And then when you link your account from Bungie.net to the new website, guess what? You get an emblem. It's like the old school Bungie emblem with the fist and the lightning bolt in there.
I like it.
It's kind of cool. And that will be sent out on or by August 6th.
I got to do that. I haven't done it yet.
I already have, yes.
How's the new site look? Does it look pretty good?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Not as good as, Spinfoil Theory's website, but what can you do?
Well, no one can have it all.
Yep, exactly. And then next is Double Your Fun. Double rewards for the Nightfall are coming next week. So you're going to have the chance to get basically any of the weapons.
Any of the weapons?
Yeah. So 8 weapons looks to be will be in the pool for this.
Oh, I read that.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. My bad. That's going to be season 15 is when that happens. So what's going to happen next week is going to be the Palindrome, the Swarm, and Shadow Price will all be dropping.
What about the other ones, like the Plug One and the Hung Jury? Are those included in the mix, I wonder? I was trying to read that. I didn't understand.
No, to me, I mean, just from reading this, those aren't in the pool this week.
All right.
So
okay.
they transitioned from basically like the
singular weapon.
The singular weapon per Nightfall and that kind of thing, to now it's the 3 previous.
Yeah, we knew this was coming. They mentioned it earlier.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And then season 15, what I was alluding to, was that the Nightfall weapon rotation will be changing. So instead of 6 weapons, where it's 1, 1, 1, 3, it's basically going to have 8 weapons in pairs, so consisting of 1 newer and 1 older weapon. So it would be basically maybe the Palindrome and a Hung Jury together.
Okay.
So you could get one of,
they said they mentioned the Hothead.
Fuck that.
Hell yeah.
Shit. That was shit.
Yeah, but maybe they've improved
utter
it.
And complete ass.
It was pretty bad. I gotta admit. I'm trying to play along.
The worst gun in Destiny. And it was the longest fucking quest to get that shit too. I remember I got it and I was looking at it like, oh my God, this is terrible. It's a terrible roll. It's a terrible design. It's just.
I remember trying to play it in the raid without using the Galahorn, and it was so bad. It didn't do anything. I mean, it was putting fire everywhere, but it wasn't killing much. I don't know.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's bad.
So, that's how things are going to go for season 15.
Mm-hmm.
Then, Bungie also released an article about tool engineers. So, not like Gatr being a tool. But, basically, these are the people that work on the tools that are kind of like the behind-the-scenes things in Bungie, or in Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
So, this was a pretty cool article. I read it, and it was, kind of like a whole new world kind of thing.
Yeah,
and then,
it's neat.
Yeah. And then, shit's broken. Shit's fixed. Nothing really important under shit's broken.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then movies, art.
It's good art. I like this art.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty cool art.
Yeah.
And that is it.
I have to admit something. I couldn't find the link. Because it was Cosmo this week, right?
It was. I was going to ask, did you find the cat?
I can't find it. I looked on my phone at first, and it's just too small.
That's what she said.
I can't find it. I've looked twice
That's
now.
what she said too.
I can't.
Wow. This just keeps. It just keeps coming.
I'm unable to detect it.
Is that any better, really?
Probably not. Where the hell did it go? Give me a hint.
Well, it's funny that you say it because I decided to go look for it myself now.
I don't think he put one in this week. I'm looking. I can't find
That's
it.
a bold claim right there.
I don't know. I can't find it. I'm looking. It could be anything, right? Not just a period?
Yeah, it can be anything. It can be a word. It can be...
Oof.
Yep. So, let us know. Did you find the cat?
Please help us. I guess I'm incompetent. I can't find it. So, yeah, help us out, gang. Segment show feedback in our Discord. Tell us where it is. I can't find it. Is it where the shit's broken? I can't. No, it's not there either. I don't know. I cannot figure it out. Oh well. Maybe our listeners can help us. There we go.
Yep.
Homework assignment. All right.
I like it.
Anything else?
That is going to be everything.
All right. Thank you, Hazel. Before we move on to our lore segment next, I have to give a little disclaimer here. We already pre-recorded this part before we got to the TWAB, and there is some super spoilery stuff in the first 10 minutes of this segment.
And throughout. I mean, we kind of touch on it throughout, so listen carefully. Do this.
The super spoilery stuff is in the first 10 minutes. I mean, I'm just warning you. So if you don't want to know certain aspects of future seasons or, anything pertaining to the end
of reason why
this season, you might want to go past the 10-minute mark. Then it starts getting more hypothetical and you could probably follow along. But if you're not one that likes spoilers, we don't want to spoil it for you. So fair warning. And of course, this is the opinion of our guest. So whether they're correct or not, I don't know, but we're just warning you.
Yeah, there's speculation.
There's some very yes, we'll leave it at that. So, all right, let's get on with it then. Let's get on with the lore segment. Hey everyone, looking for some like-minded gamers to Destiny with?
Or maybe just a place to de-stress and talk about life with others for a bit.
Or maybe just a place to discuss the latest movies, the TV shows, new awesome music out there.
What about New Year's resolutions or goals or our fitness section?
Well, you're also forgetting about our channels with links to our clan, Speakpipe, our show music playlist for God's sake, or even where to get a show t-shirt, mouse pad, or coffee mug if you want to help support us.
Wow, you're not just a Bungie shill, you're a Guardian Downcast shill, huh? So, man, you must be forgetting also about the podcast questions channel, where listeners can put in their own questions for us.
And Hazel, our show feedback channel, where listeners can talk about our past podcast. And our...
Stop. This shameless plug has gone on long enough. I'm going to put a fork in it. Everybody, just go to the GDC Discord community link on our weekly show notes, where you can see the invite there. Just visit us at guardiandowncast.com. That invite link there will never expire, so just go there too.
And later, Guardian.
Oh my God, just stop.
What? What did I do?
You're so excited.
I'm excited, man.
Just bring it. Just bring it down.
All right, whatever, man. Okay, jeez.
Lay off the coffee.
What a downer.
Right. Well, so Gatr fell asleep at the wheel, and he left me in control. So, So I had a good run at the show notes there, and so I've been listening to your podcast because I fell down a well once Gatr told me about you guys, and I'm just all about it. completely and utterly. I love what you both do, what you bring to it, and just the lore talk in general is just fantastic. So, one thing that you both mentioned was next season that you guys have thoughts about what it's going to be about. Can you care to go into that and any reason why you believe that's...
Okay.
Yeah.
No, this might delve into some spoilers of events that have not yet occurred in game. Just fair warning.
Spoiler.
But they have been released
warning.
in game.
Yes.
I mean,
The one part
by
has
accident.
been released in game. By accident. But it's there.
One part is by accident, but the actual events that refers to has not yet occurred. So, yes, and.
Epilogue.
Put your earmuffs on if you want.
If you don't want to hear
experience.
spoilers, skip this part.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, because a lot of people, myself sort of included maybe, has been under the impression that Osiris has been acting a little odd.
Mm-hmm.
Even for Osiris. So, and, spoilers, Osiris, poof, gone at the end of the season. He runs, he's not here anymore. He's gone.
If he ever was.
Oh, no, he's actually, you can see him in the tower, Taylor.
But is it really him?
Okay, the image of Osiris, whether it is actually Osiris or not, is in the tower currently.
I feel I just got told there wasn't a Santa Claus.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Well, let me back up. It's been since the theory is that since season of the hunt, it's not been Osiris.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
but before that, it was Osiris. But when Osiris went to go deal with the High Celebrant on the moon,
and he lost his ghost.
That there was a switcheroo. There was a switcheroo there where he was captured and replaced with someone else.
Uh-oh.
And
wait a minute. That happens at the last, where we have an image of ourselves in the last cutscene of Season of Arrivals, was it? A Season of Arrivals? Shadowkeep.
Yeah, I mean, that happened during Shadowkeep.
Yes. Is that, so that's, you think that's what happened?
No. Well, let me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Taylor, do you want to explain it? Do you want me to explain it?
Well, I just wanted to add, to your point, Lucy, that, it, basically what we're saying is even that whole story is suspect because you can't trust the narrator anymore. Kind of keep that in mind. So, like, to kind of give you, like, a little hope if, like, you're a big Osiris fan at the end of the tunnel, there's a possibility that story wasn't true.
Let me pick my jaw off the ground. Hold on a sec. There we go.
There's a possibility Sagria didn't die, and that's just the story that was told to you to make sense of the suspect Osiris.
Hazel, did you know about this already?
Well, I disagree.
There's a chance.
I disagree.
But there's a chance.
I disagree. I'm sorry,
okay.
But no, because that
means
means
be a prisoner, basically.
That's basically the gist of my theory personally is that he lost his ghost, and at that point, that's after he lost his ghost. That's when Sagira died. Sadness. After Sagira died, that's when Savathun basically captured Osiris, put Osiris in her ascendant plane, took the form of Osiris. I was like, oh God, my ghost, I need help. I'm old. I'm so weak. You know.
I've been talking to Savathun the whole time.
I got it. So, but I the reason I say you can hold out hope, and I realize the Hive expert is disagreeing with me right now. So take it for what it's worth. The person telling you that story is an unreliable narrator. Like, it's you're not getting like a live play-by-play of what happened. You're getting told that story.
Yeah.
Well, because there was the actual lore that was released by Bungie was third person I can never say the word.
Omniscient.
That word, thank you.
Oh, well, maybe
it's that.
Maybe
so then
maybe I'm off. Like I thought it was saying it was like yes, but I thought the narrator was supposed to be like Osiris. Yeah.
No. I mean, he does tell us that like Sagira died and stuff in the little voice messages you get before Season of the Hunt. But that's it. That's the only thing we get, like, from Osiris's, I say with air quotes, perspective.
Okay.
But yeah, that's kind of my theory right now. Because, like, the issue was if that lore piece was fake, that calls into question every single lore entry Bungie's ever posted. Ever.
What?
Which...
I don't... Well, for me, it's kind of like Savathun being in the edges of the Book of Sorrows. Or the Books of Sorrows. I'm sure she's in, like, many... If you say the Book of Sorrows, everyone knows what you're talking about.
Yep.
But there's technically more than just the whole one that we have that's been published.
Yeah.
We have references to some other ones. So, like, when people say, like, book, like, you're generally talking about the same thing, but just if anyone was ever confused by that.
Oh.
But yeah, sorry, just to round out that thought, where I was going with that was just the being in the edges of those books.
Okay.
It kind of makes me wonder.
My mind is freaking blown right now. All right.
You haven't noticed anything, Gatr?
I mean, maybe I'm just because he's a fellow warlock. I know his
Dude.
I know his text lately has been a little weird, a little suspect, but I kind of just looked the other way because I'm a fellow warlock.
Warlocks are just weird people, is what you're saying. Okay, I get it.
Okay.
In the lore, they tend to be.
We're magicians. I mean, come on, we're wizards.
I guess all magicians are a little,
Oh, I didn't say that.
Suspect.
Magicians, add him right now. Do it.
You're about to get the most, like, hurtful tweet from David Copperfield.
Absolutely.
Wow.
He
And you know what? I bet it's just going to disappear afterwards.
Oh! You guys are terrible.
Here we go.
No, you'll think it was a DM, but then you'll realize it was a public tweet because he fooled you.
Oh my god.
I love it. Okay. So with that spoiler in mind and us keeping that in mind there. So what do you think is going to happen next season?
I think that next season is to be Dreaming City themed. Then we're going to go back there.
Is there going to be a curse again?
No, we're going to finish. We're going to fix it.
It'll finally be over.
Oh!
It'll be finally over because we killed Curia.
Okay.
Curia was the one that was in charge of the loop.
Right.
The only reason the loop is still going on right now is because of gameplay reasons.
Right.
After we killed Curia, the loop technically should have stopped. But because, people still need the Cursebreaker title, there's still a loop.
Are we talking about The Last Wish?
Yes. Like how in, so with the Dreaming City, it's like a two-part thing. Riven cursed the Dreaming City, and that makes the Takenness.
Mm-hmm.
Curia is the loop. That's why it goes week 1, week 2, week 3. Mm-hmm. We do Shattered Throne. We kill Dueling Karu. It resets back to 1.
Gotcha.
And then it's 1, 2, 3 again.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just... Because we killed Curia in the beginning of Season of the Hunt. There was all those voice messages we got from, like, Osiris and stuff talking about what he's been up to. The last one is from Mara Sov, and she's all like, hey, I've tried everything to destroy the Black Fleet. I've tried the Harbingers. I've literally emptied out all of our weapons. I've used the tech. I've used everything. I've had enough. I'm gonna go back to the Dreaming City where this all started, and Savathun's gonna catch these hands, basically. We're gonna throw down.
Okay.
You said it much more eloquently, but I'm paraphrasing.
I like your way of saying it. That was.
I was gonna say.
I like that better.
I love this analogy.
But
Catch these hands.
basically,
I like it.
So I think a lot of arrows kind of point to the fact that there needs to be some conclusion to the Dreaming City because we've effectively broken the curse.
So,
or at least the loop, at least the time loop.
I wholeheartedly agree with Lucy, without wasting time, I guess, on my own answer. But my favorite part of this is if you guys remember, not my favorite part, but like one of the parts that like kind of comes to mind as like, wait, what about like this like edge character? And in those little world missions, like bounties you could do in the Dreaming City, they change each week, and there's some of them you see the progression of these different awoken characters, and one of them, she gets like shot in the stomach, and she's basically bleeding out the whole time, and she's like, well, it's gonna, like, she figures out what's happening and time's gonna reset, but like, and Lucy's the one who brought this to my attention, but it's gonna end on the 3rd week at the end of this season. And so she's going to bleed out, and I'm just like, how do you not sit there in this time loop and be like, well, fuck. I guess, well, fuck me. Okay. I'm just going to sit here and bleed out. Like, just
That's
the shittiest
brutal.
circumstances for, like, edge NPC, like, side NPC characters.
She'll be fine because,
no, she'll be dead by that time.
No, she does no, she won't. In the mission, you go and save her, and another Corsair ship comes and picks her up, and then she's fine.
No. This one in the 3rd week, she's talking about how she's about to bleed out, and she sends you after to complete her mission.
No, that's week 1, my dude. That is week 1.
No, this isn't the one that you go out to get the people to come save her. This is the one that's like, yeah, I'm about to bleed out, and it's like they realize that they're in the loop. It's in the 3rd week, and she's like, yeah, like, I'm about to die, blah blah blah, and you go off and finish what she started. You go off and I think like take out either a Taken or a Scorn. And that's how you complete the mission. Like, you don't go back and see her get picked up. That's a different one. Super Swearsies.
I
know what you mean. We all right. This is a show now. We can do this. We can.
I think you're wrong, but okay.
I mean, I don't mean to sound super duper confident, but that's just what I remember. Sorry.
No. This is great because. Okay, so anyone who hasn't listened to your podcast before, this is kind of like what you guys, like how you handle your show, where you have a thought, like a concept, and then you kind of dive into it and you start talking about it from different perspectives.
Yeah, and work it out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we get to the bottom of it.
Crucible.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes I would say, the last episode where we actually disagreed on something was kind of rare. Like, we tend to get to the bottom of something and come to a similar conclusion, I would say, more often than not. And that's what's really cool about it. Yeah, like, kind of even when we start out maybe thinking differently, kind of the back and forth and like the deep dive into it as we go through the week. It's a lot of fun.
Nice. Well, here's hoping that that we just gave you an idea for a future podcast. So, okay. So we thank you for that. I'm anxiously waiting to see if this happens. If it does, I'm going to be heartbroken possibly heartbroken anyway. And then excited as well. So, but it's okay. So with Savathun coming around, and being a more prevalent character tentatively next season and beyond, Savathun is Hive, just for anybody who doesn't know that. So one of my biggest questions, and there's only one way I can ask this, and it's before we get into Savathun, it's what the fuck is sword logic?
I know this one.
He literally,
Lucy, I see your hand up.
He worded that exactly in the show notes. WTF.
Beautiful. Okay, so from the Book of Sorrows, we know that every hive has a worm inside them. We see them when we headshot Hive. You see the little worm fall out, and then it goes, wah, and then it dies, and we're sad. I'm sad, at least. I think the hive worms are cute.
This is a piece of Alka, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I won't get you off. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. That's the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought is one piece of Akka.
Okay.
And the Dreadnought is pretty big.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, all of these little worms are just like, think of them like, they're like the children of the worm gods.
Right.
They're like little babies.
Mm-hmm.
And then a thrall, when they're born, they do a ritual of symbiosis and they consume the worm. The worm and the hive become symbiotically linked. And then every kill that the hive gets feeds their worm.
Right.
Because if they don't kill,
they
don't feed their worm is going to eat them for breakfast.
That's their bane. Yep.
That's their curse.
Mm-hmm.
So the sword logic that's basically the hive, like how they work. And then Oryx came up with this tribute system, which is basically a pyramid scheme. This is kind of funny because they worship the darkness.
Yeah, he never has to worry about his worm.
Exactly. Well, because basically how it works, the thralls, they kill enough like little things to feed their worm, and they give any of the extra tribute up to the acolytes above them, who then give it to the guys above them, who give it to the guys above them, above, all the way till it reaches Oryx. So, for example, when we killed Crota back in D1, that's a big chunk of tribute. Think of like Crota had all this XP stored up on him, and he was gonna go give it to his dad and be like, hey dad, here's the XP I farmed for you.
Right.
I went and stood in the thrallway for 15 million years, basically. Here's all this XP, and he was gonna give it to his dad, but we killed him. So Oryx didn't get any of that XP. All of that tribute that XP that he was getting from Crota is gone. So he's like, ouch.
Data lost.
That's data lost. XP lost. You went negative levels. You went backward. So the sword logic is basically the hive's religion. That's basically the sword logic is if a hive knight and a captain got into a fight and the captain died, basically the hive say, how the sword logic works is that the hive basically, through killing, they enact their will on the universe. So if I kill, if I'm an acolyte and I kill some dreg, that means I had a more right to exist in the universe than that dreg did.
Okay.
All right.
Which is why necromancy is such a big no-no for the hive, which is why Nokris is a heretic, because Nokris is basically undoing sword logic. He's saying, no, I'm going to bring these things back to life.
He's getting around the pyramid scheme.
Yeah, he is, basically, but you can get infinite tribute that way, which is...
So, yeah, I'm sorry.
He could just res someone, and then they kill a bunch of stuff until they die, and then he just reses them again, and then they kill stuff until they die, and then he just keeps doing that.
Yeah, if you guys ever think of like hive economics, it's all a pyramid scheme. Oryx used to be at the top.
Yeah.
But now Oryx is dead.
I read that from the Book of Sorrows.
I
think it's in the Book of Sorrows. It talks about that.
Yes, it is in the books of
That's how they describe it. Yeah.
Right.
So what Nokris did was kind of like a different if the sword logic is economics, instead of the pyramid scheme, what he did was wholesaling.
Oh,
he went directly to the worm.
He's a direct distributor.
Yeah. And he just he kept resurrecting. Yeah, he just kept resurrecting his inventory.
Oh my god! All right, so to get this clear for our listeners like me who don't know much about lore, sword logic is the act of paying tribute upwards, or is it more than that?
Sort of. It's a little bit more. It's basically because the hive. What the worm gods told them, hey, you make a little pact with us, and we'll make you guys live forever. Right. All you have to do is kill stuff. And they're just like, okay, easy. So the sword logic is how they like come to terms. Not when they come to terms. They don't really feel bad about killing anything. They're just like, well, these things were weaker than us, therefore...
Strong survive.
Yeah, it's basically survival of the fittest.
Gotcha. That's sword logic.
And there's an irony in there given
very,
their origin as the krill. Yeah.
Yes.
when they were the weakest.
They were so delicate, yeah.
Another thing that comes along with it is enacting your will through. So, like, as a lot of maybe you'll see in like anime or different like stories, like the sword is the extension of the person who wields it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an extension of their body.
Mm-hmm.
Within the sword logic, that's an extension of your will too. Like, basically, you have like it's not just about killing everything; it's about your will to persist, and that's how you can do things once you become ascendant. To oversimplify. Sorry, Lucy.
No, it's
but
fine.
you can do things like carve out your own ascendant realm to hide your death in.
Now, how would one become ascendant? If I'm a lowly little let's just say I'm a lowly little wizard and hive wizard.
The odds of you becoming ascendant is slim to none.
Oh,
yeah, it's
which
a little
is
rough.
really unfortunate. It's like it's such a like. There's actually a lore book that kind of goes into this. It's called Inquisition of the Damned. And it deals with the
I know that lore
these
book.
3 hive siblings.
Okay.
And they're not part of. I mean, they're part of the Hidden Swarm. Right. And they see Hashladoon and her sisters at the top of their Scarlet Keep, looking down upon them.
Right.
Because they're ascendant, they're cool, right. And they're these like lowly hive aren't. So what they end up doing is they do some like really heretical hive magic, which is really crazy, and they do like some almost like a Freaky Friday body swapping.
Oh, nice. And
they have the Hive Knight, because it's the Hive Knight and then the 2 wizards. They have the Hive Knight basically in the Death Singer's body. So then you have a Death Singer going around with double cleavers, just killing people, and then the Hashladoon and her sisters kind of start taking notice, and they're like, well, that's not supposed to happen. Because they were all betting on Zolmak being their next champion, and then this wizard with double cleavers just comes out to start hacking away at people, and they're like,
I always felt like that was the first like multi-classing hive.
Yeah, no, that's and then I'm so sad that they died.
Levels and different things, like
it made me so sad because yeah. It's a really interesting read. It's kind of trippy to keep track of, okay, who's who now?
Right.
Where's who?
Right.
I sometimes draw like little pictures. I'm like, okay, this is that person. Then, okay, in chapter Umpty Frats, they become this person. And then, yeah, basically at the end of it, the Death Singer, she ends up in her old sister's body. And the old sister is dead. And her brother, who was in her old body with the cleavers, is also dead. And Savathun talked to the Death Singer and said, hey, I want you to bring back something that's called the Death Singer's Choir, which is basically a whole choir of Death Singers who sang the Death Song, and it cracked the planet in half.
Oh, wow.
But we kill this wizard when we get the Deathbringer rocket launcher.
Okay.
Like, if you didn't read the lore book at all, you would just see this randomly named wizard, and you're like, oh, just another wizard. But having read the lore book, I was just like, dang it! Dang it! I was so looking forward to seeing their conclusion. And them, like, being like a dungeon boss or something.
Right.
And one thing to note is there are some examples. So the hive being able to hide their death, they might be able to do that, but it's kind of like, as Lucy was saying, like the lich, like phylactery. So there's, like, for example, the Crota sisters, they hid their deaths in each other.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, so if you didn't kill one in time enough for the other, they would resurrect.
Right, that's right. I remember that.
And that's exactly how the raid mechanic works, too.
Jeez.
So it's...
Okay.
Like, the hiding of your death might be a little separate from carving out your own ascendant kind of like throne world.
Yeah. Like, you have to reach a certain...
So keep that in mind.
You have to reach so basically, it's like having an ascendant plane is locked behind level... You have to be a level 50 hive, and most hive don't reach level 50. They get a lot of, like... I wouldn't say infighting, it's just, they're fighting guardians.
It's cutthroat.
It's very cutthroat, yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing that I heard about like a while ago regarding sword logic is that if sword logic is the way, is it like sword logic feeding your ascendant realm? Is that sort of the right path there? Like the more sword logic and the more you feed, the bigger your ascendant plane is.
Yes, that's why. For example, like a really good example is you do the Mindbender adventure mission, whatever you want to call it, in Forsaken.
He gets his own throne.
And he has his own. He's a little tiny.
He's just a little guy.
He's a little because he only technically got tribute from killing Cade. Now, technically, if we had an ascendant plane, it would probably be the size of a planet, if not more.
And that was what I was going to ask. I'm like, could it be possible that we could get an ascendant plane, or
the only real? What's interesting is technically, I don't see why not, because originally it was only thought, you had to be Hive to be ascendant, but Mara Sov has an ascendant plane.
That she does.
The Shattered Throne. She got that through Riven.
But she got that through the bomb logic.
Riven. Riven actually, she's like, I'm gonna carve out an ascendant plane, and Riven helped. She used the bomb logic to circumvent her death.
Right?
Yeah, that's how she didn't die during Taken King.
Makes sense.
She basically
I guess I'm conflating the two maybe a little bit, because I'm thinking by way of the bomb logic, that's how she hid her death in that plane that was carved up by Ribbon. If that makes sense.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
So bomb logic
is the opposite of sword logic. So sword logic is very cutthroat, and it's like either it's our way or the highway, sort of. But bomb logic is a little bit more. Think of it like endless complexity. It's a very, very similar to what the Winnower believes, the final shape. It's either this or nothing, versus what the Traveler believes, which is endless complexity, more growth, more complexity, more growth, and so forth.
Can I offer one maybe from a history standpoint? And tell me if you disagree, Lucy, but it's kind of like a war of attrition versus dropping the bomb to end the war.
Yeah.
And enacting your just instantly.
Yeah.
Well, this really goes deep. All right. So, according to your I'm following. According to your logic, no pun intended, are we going to get a Kingsfall raid back?
Is Orc? Yes, we will.
Is Orcs dead?
Yes, we will.
Is Orcs coming back?
Is dead.
Okay.
Orcs is dead.
Okay.
He's dead for
okay.
Because he was
Worm might be alive.
In his throne world.
No, I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, that's right. Damn.
Yeah, because Oryx did something a little crazy. So he was in his throne world. He left his kids. He's like, "Hey, kids, don't do anything while I'm gone." And he went and talked to the darkness. He's like having a chit chat, drinking tea or I guess coffee, talking with the darkness, learning about it. Because while he was gone, Savathun was like, "Hey, kids, you wanna open your own ascending plane?" And Crota's like, "Heck yeah, I want my own ascending plane. I want to be cool." It's like, "Here, you cut right here on this big red X. Cut there.
Wow.
And that's where your ascending plane will be." And he's like, "Awesome." So he did that. And then the Vex came through and started destroying everything. And he's like, "You tricked me." And she's like, "That's kind of my MO. Haha. Sucker."
Well, she didn't even trick him. She got his sisters to trick him.
Oh, yeah, but I was simplifying it. I was simplifying it.
But like the marionette strings, you guys.
Yes.
She was orchestrating this. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
And she was doing all of this to try to because the Hive. What's interesting about the Hive is their view of love and stuff is through killing each other.
Right.
So she was doing this all to out of love for her brother Oryx.
Yeah, when I read that, it was kind of confusing when I read that in the Book of Sorrows, but I get it. I get it. It's their true nature. When they're doing it as their true nature, it's their expression of love. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So this was Savathun saying, "I'm just trying to make you a better I'm trying to make you a better hive.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to kill you."
In his throne world.
Yeah. Because she basically was doing this all to like poke weaknesses in
make him
his
stronger.
throne world.
Right.
Well, make him stronger. Yeah, that's all it was.
Well,
so then
isn't it he who kills them in his throne world?
yes, he kills them in his throne world, and that doesn't count as a true death.
Yeah.
A lot of people gets this mixed up in the lore because Oryx said it was a true and final death.
Right.
No, Oryx. No, you're
They were
wrong. I
visitors.
hate to break it to you, but no. You also have to remember, the Book of Sorrows is, I know a lot of people read it as like the Hive Bible. I mean, it is, kind of, but you have to remember it's written in a way that makes Oryx look really good.
Yeah.
So you have to remember that sometimes when you read it, that it's even Savathun says this book is made of lies, but it's also like, are we really going to trust Savathun? She's the goddess of deceit.
So what's really funny is, since we brought her up already, though, I'm not sure how to say it. You might say Maraid or Maraid, depending on how Greek you want to go with it. But the curator of the bomb logic, that's a large part of, that and Truth to Power is a large part of her like origin and her or quite similarly, that's kind of her origin to the Book of Sorrows.
Yeah, Truth to Power, definitely.
Yeah, and it's that's such interesting that you also kind of have to take that with a grain of salt too. These two people who figured out how to ascend and how to hide their death have books about their origins in like the mythic sense.
Questionable.
Yeah, that are questionable.
But yeah, yeah, basically.
Wow, this is eye-opening.
You're welcome.
I mean,
when you guys had like asked, like, "Hey, I want to like get into Destiny lore," it made me start thinking again about like maybe like starting a YouTube series where I explain Destiny lore.
There's a lot of people like me out there who need more simple explanations. I mean, I
tried to give more simple explanations.
Yeah, you did. I like your examples. I like your examples very much. And I read the Book of Sorrows twice. Because the first time I was like, this can't be right. I got to read again. And when they started out as little krill, and how I guess Oryx made a deal with Akka, right? Isn't that how it goes?
Yeah. Basically the three sisters, they went
through the needle
into the fundament.
Right.
They got stopped by an agent of the Traveler called the Leviathan. Not the same Leviathan as Callus's Leviathan.
It might not have been an agent of the Traveler, though. We don't know.
Well, it said it was an agent of the sky.
Okay.
Yeah, but
it's very vague.
Yeah. Just putting the asterisk on there. Not saying you're wrong. Just putting the asterisk.
They were stopped by a thing that told them, "Hey, go be friends with the Traveler. Don't go any further. This is bad." And they're like, "You know what? Screw you. We're gonna keep going." So they kept going, and they found the Worm Gods, and the Worm Gods were like, "Hey, we're trapped down here, but hey, if you make a pact with us, we'll help each other out. You scratch my back, I scratch yours."
Right.
But then they realized later on that the deal that they made with the Worm Gods wasn't very good. Because if they so their whole thing is they're trying to be the final shape. If they, hypothetically, end up being the final shape and there is nothing else left in the entire universe, how are they going to feed their worms? They can't. They die. Worm Gods laugh. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of pressure. Having to kill all the time.
They can't. Yeah, they can't. That's the thing. Like their whole religion, their whole sword logic, their pact with the worms is wrong. I won't say wrong as like it's wrong from like a moral standpoint because you have to kill people, but I meant like it's a sham. They were bamboozled.
That's why they're so crazy when they come at me. They're like, please stop this madness.
Pretty much. That's why Savathun is so interesting because she realized even in the Books of Sorrow, she's like, maybe this isn't the way. And now that we've seen more lore from her perspective, she's trying to get rid of the worm. That's what her whole schmuck is. She's trying to get rid of it. Because if she can get rid of it and not have to, like...
She'll be free.
Because she can be free. She can do what... She's not bound by the shackles of having to kill things. She can...
Help us all.
Because her whole thing is the reason why she wants to, like, live and live longer. Because the Krill's lifespan before was only 10 years. And that's it. You're donezo. If you ate the mother jelly and became, like, mother... then you lived much, much, much longer. But that's the whole reason why she took. I think it's like 30 or something. Like it's like a lot.
Yeah.
That's like 3 times. That's like
triple. Yeah, that sounds
it's
like
like
a sweet deal.
Our lifespan is our 80, like about 80 or so. But then if you drink this special potion, you can live to be like 300. Like that'd be crazy.
Where's that?
Sounds like the Traveler in the Golden Age.
Yeah,
exactly. So
exactly.
Yeah, because, like, Savathun's tried different things. Like, she knows the tribute system that Oryx did doesn't work it works, but when your, like, lower parts of the thing start getting knocked down, the pyramid falls apart. You need a strong foundation. Otherwise, your pyramid's just gonna flick and get knocked over. So, Savathun is...
Yeah. No, go ahead. Finish your statement. You said Savathun was... I interrupted.
Savathun... No, it's okay. It's all good. Savathun is at least trying, at least it's to do something that she coined in the Truth to Power lore called Imbaru. Imbaru is, instead of her getting tribute through murder and killing, she gets tribute through deceiving people.
Right. That's her nature.
That's in her nature.
And Teox was war, right? Fighting?
Teox or Taos?
No, Teox was that is this 3 sister Oryx Crota's. That's their adopt stepmom.
Oh, that's who they killed.
Xivu Arath.
That's who I'm thinking of. Right. Okay.
Yeah, Xivu Arath is the hive goddess of war.
Teox was murdered,
She
right?
terrifies me. No,
she's still alive.
She's still alive.
Teox
Frozen
is still
out there
alive.
somewhere.
She was put in cryo.
It's
like because she was found by.
Laz will be happy to hear that. All right, cool.
Pretty sure Laz already knows that.
He knows it probably. Yeah. Why am I even thinking that? Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. So, oddly enough, or scarily enough, I'm following all of this.
Yay! I'm helping. I'm not crazy. Thank God. No, I'm kidding.
So, is it entirely like feasible that Savathun, that we're gonna partner with her?
I mean, so this is what a lot of people's theories or hypothesis for next season is that Savathun's gonna be like, oh hey, that Osiris this whole time? It was me all along. Mwahaha. You want the real Osiris back? Help me get rid of this freaking parasite in my stomach, this worm. Help me get rid of it. Use the light and rip it out of me. I don't care.
I'll never trust her.
So then I'm like, do we trust her? Like, that's the thing. Like,
no.
I don't know. I mean, what's interesting is if you've looked through the lore from Savathun's perspective that have been dropped here and there, it's on the Hawk Moon, and Retrofuturist, and there's a lore entry this season, and there's like little bits and pieces where you see stuff from Savathun's perspective, where she's like, maybe the light isn't so bad. From a Hive's perspective, that's crazy. That's bonkers.
Right.
That's like beyond heresy. That is like, I mean, she's already been branded a heretic anyways.
So
because she was trying to stop the darkness.
So you think she's looking at a way to tie in with the Traveler? Or
possibly
get hooked up?
Possibly.
All right.
There is some leaks that suggest such a thing. But I take those leaks with a grain of salt because I don't know, it just seems there are some of the leaks on like Raid Secrets and stuff seem a little bit too crazy, too out there, like adding in stuff that's like, they would basically have to make a whole nother game.
For like Bungie
So
to do. Right. Gotcha.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't know about that, Chief. Like that, like, for example, one of the things that in the leak was a crafting system and dual wielding weapons. I'm like, Bungie would have to completely make a brand new game for them to do that. No. I'm sorry. That seems a little far-fetched for me.
Yeah. That's where you got to draw the line.
Yeah. So like, some of the leaks, I'm like, okay, I could see that. And some of them I'm just like, no. 100 times no.
It's what's great about the lore community. You get all kinds of perspectives.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Reddit is a rabbit hole.
It is, honestly.
Oh my gosh. Well, Hazel, are you satisfied?
I am.
Yay!
Thank you, guys. That was a great segment. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for diving into that. I mean, you probably just recorded an episode, so I'm sure you guys are like, okay, where do I start?
We just did the MCU.
Oh, yeah, we did the Marvel thing.
Okay.
So this is like a nice.
Oh, nice. Good.
This is our Destiny chat for this week.
Excellent.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Yes.
And
sorry, I did like most of the talking too.
No, not a problem.
Oh no, dude! Like, believe me.
He
One,
had.
I know I talk a lot, but two, what am I going to say that you aren't going to say better on the subject matter? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Come on.
I know the Hive a lot. I'm delving in on my own like free time. I'm delving into like trying to translate the Hive runes.
I was going to say like. I feel like that kid in class who like wanted to add something there, and then you were the teacher who was just like, "No, I'm gonna say it. Just wait.
It's coming. It's coming. Hold on a sec.
We'll get there.
Put your hand down.
We'll
put your hand down.
Just to hold them till the end.
Yeah.
Why don't you just hold them till the end?
It might get answered.
Oh, it gives me flashbacks. Ah, jeez. Well, thank you guys again. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. And hey, let's have some fun now. What do you say, Hazel? We'll do some community questions?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to do that next.
Hey, Guardians. Would you like to send us a question for the show? Well, there's 4 ways to do it.
Number 1, join our Discord server. There's a join link in our show notes. We have some great gamers in there, by the way. And you can just lurk, or hang out, or jump right in and talk with us. There's also a channel labeled Podcast Questions where you can type in your question for the show.
You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, or we also tweet out almost every week about our upcoming show, guest, and you can respond there with your questions at guardian_d_cast is our Twitter handle.
Finally, you can send us a voicemail with your questions at speakpipe.com/guardiandowncast. Remember, that's all one word. And we'll play it on the show for you guys.
Speakpipe is honestly my favorite thing. But anyway, thank you for all you guys do, and toddles.
And later, Guardian. All right, boys and girls, it's that time of the week. This is where we get our community questions. One of my favorite parts of the show. The answer can get really out there. But we're going to start off with one of our Speakpipe questions, which you can go to speakpipe.com/guardiandowncast, all one word, and leave us a voicemail. And it doesn't have to be 90 seconds. It can be over that. So leave it for us. If you have a question for the show, please do that. So we're going to hear our first question for the show, Speakpipe-wise, and it is from our good old Uncle Scumdeath.
Hey dudes, Scumdeath here. I'm just playing the Witcher 3 on Switch. Now, I was playing it on easy, and I got stuck on the first boss, and I just could not kill him. So I put it down to story mode, which is like child mode, really. So, and then I managed to kill the boss straight away. But then, to me, if that's the first boss, this is a big game, and I've played it before. If that's the first boss and I'm struggling with it, I just want to play the game. So I feel a bit guilty by putting it on to just story mode. So it's like really easy just to kill everything and go straight through the game. But I've got so much other games to play. I don't think I should feel guilty about just walking through The Witcher 3 again on my Switch when I'm sat on the settee next to the missus when she's watching a film. Smash through this game again. It was amazing. So I don't think I'm going to feel guilty about it. But my question is, would you feel guilty if you drop down the difficulty of a game? You know, I know a lot of people like to go through hard mode and all this, but nah, I ain't got time for that. So I don't know. I'd like to hear your answers on this one. This might be a bit of a long question, but I love you all. Later.
Thank you, Uncle Scumdeath. We appreciate that question. Well, what do you guys think? Have you ever moved down the difficulty bar when trying to get through some content?
I just want to start by saying I love you too, Uncle Scumdeath.
We all love this guy. He's a character. Yeah.
That's great. No, I don't really feel bad if I have to like lower the difficulty of a game I'm playing to like actually enjoy it.
Right. Okay. How about you, Taylor?
I think, you know, if what you're trying to do is just enjoy the game and something's frustrating you, especially, I think, in single player games.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Do you? Like, I think you get into, like, a weird realm in, like, multiplayer games for, like, doing things that make life easier, but, like, single player game, turning the difficulty down so that you can enjoy it and have fun, 100% every time. Games are supposed to be for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hazel, what's your take, man?
Well, I actually had to do this because I was playing the latest Star Wars game.
What is it? I'm going to make you think of it. What is it?
It's the Jedi Fallen Order.
Okay.
Haha. So yeah, I had to do this with Fallen Order because it was brutal.
Oh yeah, no, that game gets really hard.
And yeah, I made it about halfway through, and I was just like, yeah, I'm getting really, really sick and tired, dying, and it all seemed cheap to me.
Mm-hmm.
It was like it had a Souls mechanic to it, where basically, like, if you died, then you pretty much lost everything, and you had to start all over.
Yeah.
So I did it, and I did not feel bad at all because the story kicked in, and I enjoyed the hell out of that damn story.
Yeah. Number one, Uncle Scumdeath. Last thing, I mean, as far as I remember, you're the one that plunked down the money for this game, so you play it however way you want to, dude. Don't let anybody else shame you into playing it a certain way. I used to do this all the time on single player games because, and this goes back to why I don't like time stuff in Destiny, is because I want to be able to enjoy the content. And if you put it on extra hard mode, you really can't look around and see what the artist actually put together because you're freaking out about not dying and you're trying to find a rock or something to hide behind, or, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to use the artificial difficulty word. I just did, but it seems not part of the game. It just is. It's an unneeded amount of extra pressure. So I totally agree. And you should never be shamed for doing that because, especially on a story game, it's entertainment. You want to enjoy the story. And if it means going through it, a second time on a harder setting, go for it, man. I've done that 1,000,000 times on single player games. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that at all. So, okay. Well, let's get into our Discord questions. We got a bunch of them here. Hazel, you want to look around and grab one first?
Sure. All right. I was looking at a couple questions here already.
Okay.
And now the hard part is just finding it. Okay. I like this one. W Wizard. Question for the show. What food that other people like do you find disgusting? I can't stand olives, especially black olives. They make me want to puke just looking at them. Thanks. Love the show.
We always go to our guests first, by the way.
Oh, okay. What food do other people generally
I've got
like?
one.
that I don't like. Yeah, look, you go first. You go first if you
Yeah, I've got one. So for texture reasons, I don't like actual strawberries. I'll eat strawberry flavored things.
And you used to pick them. Come on, man.
Yeah. Dude, there's nothing worse than being in a strawberry bush. That's the worst summer of my life. But anyway, I do not like all the little like dimples on the outside of them.
Yeah, they're like little mini seeds. Like it's
yeah. Like and I don't mind seeds like inside the fruit, but it's like trying to like bite into it, like put it on my tongue. Like right. I do not enjoy that.
Yeah, I get that.
And so like I'll have a strawberry shake with you. You want some strawberry? Yeah, let's go have some strawberry ice cream. That sounds great. Strawberry quick? Yo. Let's party. But,
now I'm getting hungry. All right.
I will not eat actual strawberries and ever. Like no. Never again.
All right. I kind of understand that. Okay. Lady Lucita, you think of something?
I don't like yogurt. A lot of people I know like eat like parfaits or that kind of thing.
Right.
I don't like the texture of it. I don't know, just like something about yogurt. It feels weird.
Do you like frozen yogurt or just regular yogurt? Is it all yogurt?
Frozen yogurt I can do because it's like ice cream.
Right.
And ice cream's okay sometimes.
Okay.
But yeah, yogurt. I think yogurt's weird.
I was gonna say olives because I don't like olives. My wife is a salt freak. Yeah, I said it. And she listens sometimes. I always say, no, you got to put half of the olives on the pizza. The other half are mine. And, but there's also another one, beets. I don't know what it was since I was a kid. I could never eat beets. And it may not be super popular, but I cannot, it's like an earthy, weird taste to it. Not so much texture, but just the taste of beets. I just can't do it. What's yours, Hazel?
Mine is kale.
Okay, I get that.
Fuck kale.
There's a title. All right. Oh man. Yeah, good question. Good question, Chubby Wizard. All right, I've got one here from Ronan Red Lion, and I'm about to think on this one. Question for the show: pair a specific encounter from any raid with the perfect theme song for its background music. What encounter and what song? Example: Deepstone Crypt opening Sparrow Run with Sammy Hager's "I Can't Drive 55." Oof, that's a thinker. You guys got
man.
Anything come to mind?
Maybe? I'm thinking. I have to use my brain cells for this one.
I know, I had to also.
This is a tough one.
Yeah, it's a deep question.
I think you could do the sparrow racing part in Scourge of the Past. And, shoot, what's the song? Probably do that and do Highway to Hell, because everything's on fire.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good song.
And you're on your sparrow.
That's better than mine.
And you're running for your life.
Nice. I like that.
Just like, yeah.
So this one might be a little pull, but if I have to think of like a raid encounter specifically, and I'm posting the link to the song in the episode chat here.
Okay.
But this is like a speed metal Japanese band, Gilnerius.
Oh, nice.
And when I think of that opening part of the Dark Below, when you dive into the pit and that first time, like before anyone knew what was going on and you were actually running from station to station and you had to like really rely on picking up your buddies to make sure everyone made it through so you could keep going.
Right.
This song, Save You, is 100% what comes to my head like every time for that encounter.
Hazel?
And,
yes.
If you guys like speed metal, like you'll enjoy this.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of metalheads.
Yes, we do. I was thinking maybe Axis Phase 2 from Wrath of the Machine. So it's that final boss fight with One Step Closer by Linkin Park.
Oh, that's a good one.
I can see that.
It kind of starts off a little softer, where it's like got the guitar riff right in the beginning, and then it just fucking goes batshit from there.
Oh man. I'm not as creative as you guys. I would say at the end of the, we're just talking about where we kill Oryx and he floats off into space. I think of Blackest Eyes by the Porcupine Tree. It's a little of a dark song, but I'll post a link too. It's actually on our playlist, but it's a song about a serial killer of all things. But it just reminds me of Oryx floating with black eyes, dead in the space. Those questions are hard for me to answer because I'm not creative. My right brain just goes, huh? What'd you say? Anyway.
No, you did great.
There we go. There's a link. It's one of my favorite. I love Porcupine Tree. I love their music. Steven Wilson is a god when it comes to prog rock. Anyway, Hazel. All right, Hazel, let's grab another one, man.
Okay, so I'm going to go with this one because he's harassed us with this. So I decided to go ahead and pick it.
Okay.
So, Easy, our former podcast host, question for the show. Persona 5 Strikers does not have an autosave option. So when I ran the latest update on my Switch, I lost 3 to 4 hours of progress.
Ooh.
Yeah. F. After my initial emotional breakdown, I booted my last save and was pleasantly surprised how much I learned in the game from my last save until now. Now I am kind of happy it happened. Have you ever lost progress in a game that you were totally okay with?
Ooh.
Totally okay with. Oof. So I got an answer. Easy answer.
I mean, mate, I think one time I was playing the Shadow of the Tomb Raider game, the last in the, I guess, reboot of the Lara Croft series.
Right.
And I don't know how it happened, but I ended up like literally stuck. Like, I watched videos and everything was like, oh, you just do this. And I'm like, well, I can't do that because the way I needed to go was that way and I can't go that way. So it broke. So then I turned off the Xbox and then I came back and luckily it was it had saved I had a save that was before that. So I knew don't go that way and get stuck. Go the other way that you're supposed to go. I was literally stuck there for so long, and it made me so mad.
Taylor, it's happened to you?
In one instance, it was really so the first RPG like that I had ever finished was Final Fantasy 3 or like Final Fantasy 6 proper, depending on how you got the releases. I played it through, I was pretty young. I played through it a little bit, like kind of halfway through the first portion of the game. So like still in the regular world before the World of Ruin. Before like the floating island, and for anyone who's familiar with the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I got through the Triangle Island and I didn't wait for Shadow.
Oh.
And this was the hard time I learned that you need to have more than one save. You need to really explore the slots and save at different points of the game as opposed to just continuing to overwrite the same slot as you're comfortable with something. So I realized I lost like the cool and ninja character that I'd ever encountered in a game because I didn't wait for him. So I ended up having to completely restart the game. So, I mean, probably like 18 hours of gameplay lost?
Oof. I've done a similar thing before.
That's painful.
Because for example, in Mass Effect 2, I didn't realize that you could, so partway through the story, all of your crew except, I guess, the non-combat essential crew on your ship get taken by the collectors. And I went and, took my time getting there because I was like, oh man, this is like the final mission. I need to like take my time. And if you don't get there, if you don't do it in a specific order, the crew that you go to save, they'll die.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And I was so angry. I was so angry that I literally stopped the game right there and restarted from the beginning. I was so mad. I was like, no, I'm not having this happen again. No, because I looked and I saw that there was a way to save them, and I'm like, well, I guess I know what I'm doing. So I restarted from I had a save that was like way, like near the beginning, like the earliest save I could find. And yeah, I ended up redoing it in the proper order to save everyone. Because I like saving people. I'm like, no, they didn't deserve to die. It was all my fault. I felt so bad.
That's brutal. I know exactly the part you're talking about right there. Yeah. Easy, actually, he was just playing that for the first time. He missed out on all three of the Mass Effect games. And he said he lost, I think, 3 people.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, are you going to, save scum it? And he's just like, no, I'm going to let it ride.
Yeah.
So
thanks, Easy, by the way, we haven't heard from you in a while, man. It's good to hear you. Good to hear you throwing some questions out. I'm going to get old school on everybody here because I'm the oldest probably. And every game I played as a child on Atari, there was no memory cards like in Nintendo. So I would say all the tons of times I played Donkey Kong and tried to get up to the very top and failed. And I was okay with it after a while because I was learning. Think Cuphead, if you need a modern example. Cuphead was very much like games I played as a kid. There were no save points. And even in the arcades, I mean, you had like 10 seconds to throw a quarter in there to at least start somewhere where you finished, or you had to start all over again. So I've just been used to it. But ever since, like I said, ever since the save cards came in the Nintendo systems and everything up from there, if I have an opportunity, if there's a game where it allows me to stop and save anytime, I do it a lot. What about you, Hazel?
How did you feel?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say, how did you feel about Donkey Kong 3, where you're actually Stanley?
I played mainly a lot of the classic Donkey Kong. I know the 3D versions came in later.
Oh, not 3D, like Donkey Kong 3, the classic ones.
Oh, Donkey Kong 3. Where Stan leaves a character? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember much about it. Maybe I was trying to block it from my subconscious. I don't know.
It's like the break, I feel like, in the Donkey Kong community. Is how do you feel about this guy, like the entire gameplay changing to, like, I'm just trying to, like, hit this ape with my insecticide, basically, because it kills the bugs that come after you.
I didn't know you went back that far, man. That's impressive. Yeah.
Mostly through like the Nintendo ports and by benefit of having an older brother.
Right, I get it. Yeah. Yeah, but it's there again. I was very much used to it as a kid, but as I became, once we got save cards and little drives where we could save everything. These games today that come out that are hardcore like that, Cuphead, nah, I'm good. I have so many other things I can play that take me away from all the stubbornness and crap you have to deal with in real life. I don't want to deal with it in my entertainment. That's just me. I know there's a lot of hardcore. I know Easy's hardcore. I get it. But how about you, Hazel? You ever had a moment like this?
I mean, I would say, yeah. Well, obviously, I mean, with me finishing solo the Shattered Throne.
Yeah, that is, yeah, that is kind of the same, isn't it? Damn, didn't even think that.
Yeah. Might as well just, Yeah, just torture me. I was trying to think of something kind of, safe for work that I could say, but I just won't. Right. But yeah. Yeah.
Good question. I got one here from Zaniac, one of our newer members of the Discord. Good to see you putting a question in also, Zaniac. Thanks for this. This may create some argument, but I'm going to go with it anyway. Question for the show: best actor who played Batman and best actor who played 007. Go.
It's so tough.
I think best. You said it was Batman and 007, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Ooh. I guess I'm really bad with names of actors. So
it's okay.
Forgive me here.
We'll know who you're talking about.
You'll know what I'm talking about. For Batman, the Dark Knight trilogy.
Okay.
Christian Bale?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was good. He was good.
I thought he was good. And then I guess for 007, I don't really watch a lot of like James Bond-esque stuff, but
well, early Bond was. I'm a very much a Bond watcher, and early Bond was very male chauvinistic. I think it was very male bravado type. I mean, a lot of if you saw
even later Bond was too.
Yeah, even later, and once Broccoli's wife took over, she made it more agreeable and more politically correct. And I have to say, I'm not a big one about political correctness all the time, but that was the greatest thing that she did with the newer movies. But I'm just gonna throw my hat in the ring here. I know I'm going out of turn, but I'm gonna say Adam West because yeah, and I'm gonna have to go Sean Connery on 007. Fight me.
Ooh, yeah, no, that's pretty good.
I mean, that's old school.
What?
What do you mean, what? You're surprised by those answers?
Not in the least, actually.
I mean,
but
I will say Roger Moore was a close second. I grew up with Roger Moore.
You might as well say George Lazenby.
No. He was the original.
You guys are funny.
He wasn't that terrible. He was just only in the one.
He wasn't in. Yeah, I was going to say who.
Yeah, that's a deep cut right there.
Sean Connery set the bar for that role. So,
yeah,
my opinion.
Taylor.
Oh man. Okay. So, I'm gonna say Michael Keaton for my Batman. Like, I have a special place in my heart because the one that I would see on TV and in like home movies and stuff growing up was also Adam West.
Mm-hmm. Pow. Blam.
Like the first. Well, just like like on broadcast and stuff, but like the first Batman that I saw in theaters was probably Batman Returns.
Okay. That was okay.
92, yeah. But I had seen Batman at home, like I had it on VHS, like Michael Keaton's my Batman, and I love that he's reprising the role here soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Batman.
This is my Batman voice. It's down here.
We have a gamer in our in our Discord. He jumps in. He's always like, "I'm Batman." That's his name, the Batman.
I love it.
Every time he gets in the party, I gotta say it. All right, Hazel.
Really, though?
I do.
Oh well, I still have my James Bond.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So you took Sean Connery from me because I think I want to back up your choice in saying that no matter what any of us say, like subsequently, Sean Connery's the only one who affected the written character.
Mm-hmm.
Before he died, Ian Fleming made like the first James Bond movie had come out, and it was before the last book, and I want to say it's Man with the Golden Gun.
Okay,
is the last one he wrote, but right. that's when it's after Sean Connery takes the role, and that's when he finally makes him like confirms that he's Scottish.
What do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Yeah. But the written one's very different than the movie. The movie was filmed later, but that was after the first Bond movie had come out, and I think that's the last book that Ian Fleming wrote, and that's the one that he confirms
right
that James Bond is like the Scottish character. So like I really got to back you up on Sean Connery being awesome. I want to give a really strong honorable mention, though. I feel like he gets left in the dust. Timothy Dalton did a really good job. If you have that fan theory that I've always said, like, it's never been true, but I've always thought like that fan theory that like each actor, like James Bond is a code name. And each actor is a different agent. So no matter what they do in the movie, if it's ridiculous or they get married or do some silly stuff like that, like it doesn't matter because this is the new James Bond.
Right. I get
like
that.
I like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought Timothy Dalton's were actually a lot of fun.
I've watched them all. I mean, they're all entertaining, but as you know, as non-politically correct as the 60s movies were and 70s movies, you know, that was a time. That was a time back then.
There was no such thing as political.
No, there wasn't. In fact, I watched Monty Python, one of the original movies, and they said the N-word out loud. I'm like, what the hell just happened? And he said it on stage live. I'm like, what?
No.
My mouth. Yeah. So times were different back then. So it was. Yeah. Anyway, what do you got, Hazel?
So okay, I mean, damn, I gotta go with. I mean, Michael Keaton. I just had to, you know.
He was good in Birdman.
Come on.
I'm sorry, I got a different. If we're talking series versus movie,
what? Then I'm gonna go animated, and I'm gonna say,
oh no, never mind.
That Batman.
Never mind, we're not
because
going there.
You've never seen that.
No, we're not going there.
Kevin Conroy? Wait, Kevin Conroy was on the table?
No, we're not going anime. No. Gatr doesn't do anime. All right.
He's never seen the anime. He's never seen the anime.
I watch motion pictures, sir.
Dude, it's so. So for what it's worth, some of your favorite tropes from the motion pictures started from Batman the Animated Series. The idea that Batman has a different voice than Bruce Wayne.
Dude, I was
originated from Kevin Conroy.
I was watching Scooby-Doo at the time, and Grape Ape, and.
In the 90s?
Oh, 90s?
What the fuck are you talking about?
My kids were growing up in the 90s. I wasn't watching cartoons anymore.
You guys see what I have to put up with?
Series. I was gonna say, well, maybe his kids might have been watching it though. Like, I don't know.
My kids definitely know. Yeah.
Yeah, it aged very well. Kind of like Gargoyles did, but like Batman the Animated Series, a lot of fun. Treat yourself.
Okay.
They had a movie, a theatrical release, Mask of the Phantasm.
Yep, which was fantastic.
Oh yeah, it was so cool.
No pun intended, but yeah. So yeah. Again, Michael Keaton or for the movie, but then because you push came to shove, I'll go with actually, Kevin Conroy. And then James Bond, Pierce Brosnan.
He was okay. Okay. All right.
He did nail it in GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and
the perfect one.
Lady Lucy has probably fallen asleep. But here's the thing I love about James Bond. We all, no matter our age, we all grew up around this movie. And we all have our own James Bond that we grew up with. So that's probably why it creates controversy sometimes. But, and I believe, I'm curious to see who's the future James Bond, if it carries on or not. I don't know.
Oh, it will.
I want Idris Elba.
I want Idris Elba.
Oh, that would be great. I would be good with that. And God, there's so many good movies coming, man. Have you guys seen the new Dune trailer?
Yeah, not yet, but I'm
my God! Did you watch the original Dune?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I watched it again the other night because I thought it was coming out earlier, and then they pushed it back, and I was heartbroken. This is, oh my God, it's gonna be such a great movie. The same director who made the newest Blade Runner, which is one of my favorite movies, is doing this, and my God, his art, his art theme. I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent, but I cannot wait. And so many good movies coming out. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. And that's funny that you say that that's one of your favorite movies from him, because he's done other movies that are way better.
Like what?
But Arrival.
Okay, Arrival was good. I liked Amy Adams.
Yeah. But so
Okay.
next question. We'll make this the last question because we're getting long-winded.
Let's do it.
So just because we don't want to shy away from controversy or controversy, question from Golden God. What do you prefer, the edge piece or the centerpiece of a brownie?
Oh boy, more controversy. Okay.
Like from like the sheet of the brownies?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, corner piece.
It's always the middle. You got to get that soft goodness. That's what a true brownie is. The crust is the abomination. That's the part you cut out.
Son of a bitch.
To get to the centers. I knew this was going to create controversy. When my mom would make brownies, which she did quite a bit, I would cut the corner off and then immediately work into the middle.
Oh.
Yeah. You're one of those, no, wait a minute, now, hold on a second. Are you one of those brownie crumble people that put it on their ice cream and stuff?
If it's there, I don't do it myself. I
was referring to Hazel too.
Oh, sorry.
No, I get it. But I'm curious why Hazel's so in an uproar.
It's chewy. You enjoy it longer.
Yeah. It's perfect, man.
It's gonna be a no for me, dog. Sorry.
There's still some chewy bits in there. Like it's not like it's all the crunchy parts.
But you can't enjoy the chewy part without biting into the crusty stuff. No. It's like if you were to leave the brownies out on the counter for 2 days and then eat them. It's the same difference. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go against the grain on that one.
I'm just thinking about like a yummy ass brownie right now.
I am too. I'm really hungry. Okay.
Lucy, what do you think?
I'm back. Sorry, I missed the question.
Your answer to this question is very important. So go ahead, Hazel, one more time.
All right. So when you're eating a brownie,
yes,
centerpiece or edge piece?
Ooh, that's that.
There will be judged.
You might be judged. You might be judged.
Well, you won't be because you're a guest, but Gatr will be.
I think center.
Yes.
Oh,
thank you. Nailed it.
Yay! I win.
You win. You win the prize. I'll find something in my office to bring you or send you. Okay.
That's funny.
Okay. Hey everyone. Killer questions. Thank you for those questions tonight. If we didn't answer your question, don't worry, it's not going anywhere. It is pinned nice and neat in our podcast questions channel in our Discord. And remember, you can always go to our Speakpipe. Hazel loves Speakpipes, so send the Speakpipes, guys. It's speakpipe.com/guardiandowncast, all one word. All right. Well, before we move on to our final segment, Mr. Elmer Fudd has something to say.
Guardian Downcast. Guardian Downcast. Yeah. Guardian Downcast. This is an intro. Guardian Downcast. Guardian. Not copyright. Guardian Downcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final segment of our show. This is where we pick our songs for our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist. Just a little sample of what the two of us and our illustrious guest here like to listen to. And we invite you to listen to it as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify. And we're also now on iTunes. We have the links in our Discord and in our show description. So, yeah, check us out. We now have 736 songs, 52 hours and 50 minutes of music representing all of us and all of our past guests since episode 1. And I usually do post some music videos, usually of some of our picks from time to time in our music and TV channel in our Discord. So check that out as well. I'm going to start with Lady Lucida.
Heck yeah.
What did you pick tonight?
What did I pick? So it's the 2 songs that I put in the chat thing, right? I'm stupid.
Yep.
Okay, I was just making sure I was like, wait, did I have to bring 2 more additional songs? What? No. I'm not thinking, okay? Brain no work. Brain empty. Alright, the 2 songs that I put they're on my, like, hype mix, I guess. I don't know, my, like, general music that I listen to all the time. And one of them is Demons by Imagine Dragons.
Oh, good
and the
song.
other one is What's Up Danger from Into the Spider-Verse. So I just picked 2.
That's great. That's a great movie too. And I'm not even into anime, but that was a great movie.
No, it was so good. It was
so well done. So well done.
I love you call it anime.
Well, animated movie.
It's animated. Yeah,
He's
not anime.
But he's technically like the most right because anime just means animation.
Yeah, it's just animation movie.
Yes.
Animated.
There you go.
Okay.
It all works out.
Oh boy. Well, good.
So yeah, I just
nice.
Did he pay you guys money?
No, those are solid picks.
Well,
no.
I literally went to my playlist and I'm like, okay, 2 songs that aren't like
I know you were stressing over it.
instrumental from Destiny because a lot I listen to the Destiny like soundtrack. Like
we've had people do that. We've had music instrumental. I put instrumentals in there before, not with Destiny, but of other things. Yeah, good picks. I agree.
Cool.
Awesome songs.
Yes,
all right,
definitely.
All right, Taylor, what do you got, man?
Ooh, so I picked the first one. I think I posted like kind of right away. That's one of my favorite, like kind of like gearing yourself up to go fast songs. It's a Phantom Racer by it was a collab song by TBRP, which I kind of like fell in them recently through like that Discover Weekly playlist on Spotify. Like I'm always listening to like that kind of like recommendations to like based on what I've been like vibing with, like based on my thousands of songs liked playlist. But it's a collab between them and the Proto Men, which is just a fantastic like kind of like rock opera video game like chip band.
That's cool.
Yeah, and this one was kind of. It's a little different for both of them, but it's one of my favorites. And then my second one was High Definition with Lupe Fiasco featuring Snoop Dogg and Pooh Bear, and that's one of my favorite tracks just from way back. So I thought that would be a nice addition. Once I found out it wasn't on the list already.
Nice,
it's awesome.
Thanks.
And your second pick?
Oh, that was both of them.
That was both of them.
Oh, you did them both at the same time. Sorry, Easy's messaging me. We're setting up a show date. I'm sorry.
Put it back in your pants.
I'm sorry. I was getting excited. I was getting a little excited. Sorry, Hazel. I'm sorry, Taylor.
No worries.
What'd you pick, sir?
All right. So, we took my daughter on a lyrical journey through the decades, just to see like what kind of interests that we can get her into besides like, pretty much what she's into now. So, we were like playing different songs and things like this. And, we were playing I think it was the 60s, and, White Room by Cream came on. And I immediately was just like, yes, I need to add this right now.
How did you pick that song before I did?
Because it wasn't prog rock.
It wasn't even on my list either. That's why I'm pissed at myself.
Shame, man.
It's a good song. Great song.
Yeah. And then my second pick is Gone Forever by 3 Days Grace. So just a nice,
it's a decent song.
Just a little rock song that just, kind of just gets you a little pumped up. It's a little angry.
It's not prog rock, but, it's not bad.
No. I'm pretty sure they just speak English.
They're not from Prague? All right, cool.
Correct.
Good picks, man. Those are solid. Okay, for my first pick, I was listening to my personal song collection, not in the shower this time. And you know what? Having a personal song collection and just hitting random, you can pull up some songs, some really great songs that you haven't heard in a long time. And my music list is pretty big. Sorry, I'm not bragging. This artist was born in Bloomington, Indiana. His parents were ophthalmologists and teacher. And his first music idol was Al Jolson, to say the least. His parents, listen to this, fun fact about him. His parents had their son, prone to daily bouts of hyperactivity dubbed monkey time, would see a psychiatrist for 3 years, as well as attend a horse ranch for troubled teens to build his sense of responsibility. I thought that was a great fact about him. While attending college in Pasadena, that's where he met Van Halen, the brothers Eddie and Alex, while working in a hospital as an orderly. The rest, they say, is history. My song is from his first solo album after he took a break from the band, Van Halen, called Skyscraper, which was released in 88. It's the song Damn Good, which is a slower song, kind of revisits all the good times he had in his past. Damn good times, to be exact. It was a good song. Good listen. For my second pick, I went another direction with one of my favorite grunge period songs of 2003. This band formed in 89 in San Diego. It was a powerhouse rock band back in the 90s. They had a lot of drug abuse issues, though, with their lead singer. And in 2013, Chester Bennington of Linkin Park fame became their lead singer. When Chester finally left the band in 2016, amicably, by the way, they posted an online audition for a new lead singer. Enter Jeff Gutt. My song is from their 2013 album Thank You, and it's sung by the then lead singer, Scott Weiland, who sadly died at the age of 48. So it's still the gold standard, I think, for this album and for this group, and it's probably one of my favorite songs of all time from this group. It's even though the song's very catchy, the lyrics are very, very dark. So if you listen to them really carefully, it's a really catchy song, but it's a really, really, it really goes down a hole. In honor of our STP co-host tonight, get it? Spinfoil Theory Podcast. I chose the band Stone Temple Pilots and their acoustic version of the song Plush. Such an awesome and powerful song to me. All right, I got one more fun fact to bore you with before we move on. The lyrics of Plush were inspired in part by an unfortunate news story in the Stone Temple Pilots' hometown of San Diego about a missing woman who was later discovered dead by a local law enforcement. You might have heard it in the lyrics, and I feel when the dogs begin to smell her. At a concert in Columbus, Ohio in 2008, lead singer Scott Weiland and one of his bandmates, drummer Eric Kretz, wrote the lyrics in a hot tub after hearing about the story. And Weiland had described the song as a metaphor for a lost, obsessive relationship.
You have a messed up definition of fun fact.
It's an interesting fact.
Interesting.
It's a very dark song. So I warned you, it's a very dark song. As requested, Mrs. Gatr has chosen a song for the week. She says this: I heard this song the other day and it took me straight back to college. Enjoy Laid, L-A-I-D, by James, from a long, long ago in 1983, which only makes me feel like a few years ago, right? So that was her pick for the week. And, guys, that's a wrap. Another episode in our collection. For our listeners out there, we have 104 other episodes with interviews from gamers all over our community. So take a look at those if you're just finding out about us, especially. And if you're just listening to us, do us a big favor. Spread the word out there. Hit that share button on your podcast app of choice. I don't really promote the podcast. I'm old and not very hip. So how you guys spread the word is how we grow. So we appreciate that very much. This is the part of the show where we want to find out where we can find you two and your podcast. So how can we do that?
Alrighty. Well, you can find me on Twitter with @LadyLucida. And then you can also find the podcast at Spinfoil Theory and also on our website, spinfoiltheory.com.
The website is amazing, and if you like it, at us, but mostly Lady Lucida, because she killed that shit.
It's a great site.
Yeah.
Real easy to navigate. That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
She killed
I
it.
tried to make it really easy because tried to make it simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Absolutely killed it.
Because, yeah.
Well, you can find me also at spinfoiltheory.com. You can find me on Twitter at thisisredleader, all one word, Litre, pun mentioned earlier. That's also my Steam tag. And I'm, in addition to the host of the Spinfoil Theory podcast, I'm a co-host on Lore Lab Live. So you can see me over there too.
Oh, very cool.
Nice.
I didn't know that part. Very nice. Hazel, where can people find you, sir?
Hazel NT, anywhere and everywhere.
You can contact me via the Twitter at Todd the Gatr. Remember, that's Gatr. You can also find me on Steam and PS5 as Gatr, Gatr, all caps, underscores in between. And I'm also on YouTube, Gatr-Guardian Downcast, where we actually post our episodes every week. So if you're a YouTuber like me, like listening to YouTube during the day, you can listen to us there as well. You can find our podcast wherever you catch podcast. You can listen to it directly from our website, guardiandowncast.com, and you can email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, and we're on Twitter at guardian_D_cast for show questions or whatever you guys want to talk to us about. Like I said, guardiandowncast.com. It's not a pretty website, but it is very informational. So, anyway, we appreciate everything out there. And before we go, of course, we have a 2-part Scumdeath's Corner.
Hello, and welcome to Scumdeath's Corner. On Monday, it was Freedom Day, so everyone's allowed to do what they want. If you want to wear a mask, you can. I will be. But tonight is Friday afternoon, and this evening, Warcrab will be playing our first gig in about 18 months. So bring it on. We had a band practice last night, smashed it out. Sounds fucking mental. So, yeah, this is part 1 of Scumdeath's Corner. Obviously, no one's seen a gig in 18 months. So let's hope it's rammed tonight. And when I get home this evening, I will do a part 2 of this Scumdeath's Corner and let you know how it went. No one may turn up, you never know. But I shall speak to you soon. Bye. Hello, and welcome to Scumdeath's Corner, part 1.5. I'm stood on Muttley Plain. I'm trying to get a taxi. Oh, is a taxi coming? Right, I'm flagging this one. I'm flagging this. If I can get a taxi, it'll be spot on. I'll have to ask him if he takes cards. Fucking bastards drove past me. You, hey, get fucked. Hey, you bastard. Yeah, well, the gig went well. Yeah, cracking. We smashed it. The place was full of metalers, giving it some windmilling. Lovely old job. I've got to look out for a taxi. I'll see you soon. Part 2 of Scumdeath's Corner will be coming up when I get home. Goodbye. Hello, Scumdeath here. And with my hangover, we absolutely destroyed it last night. Warcrab kicked ass. The venue was full to capacity, bodies flying everywhere, sweaty ass gig, ball soup going down. Brilliant. What a great night. Absolutely fantastic night. Well, roll on the next gig, yeah? Let's get this ball rolling. Anyway, love you all. See you later. Cheers.
Hey, everyone. Continue to be safe out there, and more importantly, take care of one another.
Guardians are measured by their ability to come back from defeat. So stand. Fight!
Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Get toddled.
Bye.
Doodles.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate you coming on tonight.
Thank you.
Had a great time. This was a pleasant surprise, I must say. conversations were very, very easy. And it just was I had a great time. And I don't think anybody's explained sword logic any easier than that.
Heck yeah, I'm glad I could help.
I mean, we love the Destiny community, and we love, that's our thing, man. Is we like sharing people's stories and getting people to know everyone in the Destiny community. So it's always been our mantra, I guess you could say. So we thank you for being a part of it.
Yes, definitely.
No problem.
Thank you so much for having us. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Wow, that's so rare.
I guess I know what I'm doing.
Space magic, yeah.
I fucking love you guys.